Good evening, Hornet fans, and welcome to S.E. Williams Stadium. I am Byron Perry, high atop the venerable S.E. Williams Stadium on a nice October night. Hornet fans, to my right, as usual, is Mr. Kirk Jones, and we are here for Booker T. Washington Hornet Football 2021. Kirk, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing well. You're right. It's a beautiful, beautiful night tonight, so it's going to be a great night for some football.
Great night for some football. It's actually a special night because you haven't seen us in a minute or two. Hornet fans, we apologize for the difficulties we have had getting everything to you this season, but we are glad to be back. Kirk got the Hornets tonight, 6-1 on the season, going up against the Ponca City Wildcats, 3-4 on the season. Kirk, I hate to put you on the spot, but I'm going to do it. What we looking forward tonight?
Hey, tonight, obviously you want to be crisp now, 3-4 on the season for Ponca City, but, we were just talking about before the game, we actually had a pretty tight contest at Ponca last year. We had a pick six from Ethan Grogan to kind of get us a little bit of cushion, then, Isaac Covington, breaking the run there towards the end, but, we were sweating bullets for most of that game, and, Ponca City plays you tough. I know listening, I got to hear a little bit of Rashawn Woods, the coach at Enid. He had him earlier in the year and just talked about how tough they were, and, you could feel it the next day that you've been in a battle with Ponca City. So, they're going to bring it. And again, for the Hornets, you just got to do what you do. You got to limit the mistakes. I know we say it a lot, but the penalties, the discipline on defense, staying focused for all three downs, not giving up those big runs, those big passes like we can from time to time. When we do those, we limit the mistakes, limit the penalties. We should be in a pretty good spot.
Well, Hornet fans, since we last saw you, the team has played 2 games. So let's kind of briefly recap, Kirk. We had a game versus Sand Springs, an away game versus Sand Springs, and I want to talk a little bit more in depth about that game because for those of us that were able to see it, it was a back-and-forth contest all night long, and it really meant, Kirk, let me say it this way. Kirk, what it took to get us over the hump was making some adjustments in our secondary. The quarterback, good kid for Sand Springs, was chunking the ball all over the yard. He had a great connection with one particular wide receiver, and Booker T, now OU commit, Gentry Williams ended up moving from his safety position to cornerback, basically to shut that down. And that's the change that we made in the second half that slowed Sand Springs down for a couple of possessions. I think they had gotten it as close as 7 points, and we were able to go right back and score and then hold them to keep a 7-point lead. And I think we kicked a field goal to make it 10, and that's how the cushion kind of maintained itself. But we were tested in the fact that it was back and forth all night long. We never lost the lead. Sand Springs never tied the game, but it was a score fest, really and truly, Kirk.
Yeah, definitely. We're not really accustomed. You're not seeing a lot of teams put up 30 points, on this defense. They've done a good job most of the year, holding opponents to, definitely under 20 for the most part, and in some cases under 10. So defense has, again, had some really strong games this year. So that was definitely it was good to see. It was good to see a test. Good to see them come out on top of a test. Kind of similar to Del City. That game, was closer than that final score indicated. I think you could say the same thing about the Sand Springs game. Mike Atti's getting a turnover there at the end to kind of seal the game. So again, good to be tested. Obviously, we'll get to the following week where things, we're not as close, and obviously there's certain things you look for there too.
So that's what Kirk is talking about, fans, is Booker T versus Ponca City and Putnam City West. As such as it was last season when we went to Putnam City, the best I can say is the overall level of talent for Putnam City just didn't match up to the Hornets. I don't even want to talk about scheme or what we did defensively. Just overall level of talent for Putnam City just was not there. Now they do have a Baylor commit, really good kid that can play, and I believe there's another young kid on the team that has gotten some interest, I believe from Utah. But other than those 2 players for Putnam City, just the level of talent across the board wasn't on par to what we were, and we had our way with them.
Right. Yeah, and that's a program that traditionally has not been very strong. Obviously, it can take time to build that. I think what those kids you mentioned have proven there is talent to be had, at the school, and it's something with the right coach. You get more interest. They don't have a lot of players. And obviously that's tough. We're not a very deep team ourselves.
Yes,
but
sir.
They're even less so than that. When you're playing 5A football, you got to have numbers, obviously, and so that's something where maybe it's a matter of just getting more kids out and things like that. But it's a school. There's no reason that they couldn't be better. And,
they're just not there right now.
They're just not there right now. Right.
Haven't turned the corner.
Yeah.
Kirk, something we've talked about off air is you look at programs from that side of the state. Take, for instance, a Midwest City Carl Albert that built a program, won some state championships. We had some heated games with them when we played 5A. You talk about Adele City, who we've seen in 6A too in the last few years, Kirk, that have been strong, that has had homegrown talent that started from Pee-wee Pop youth football and built up and had some classes. When you talk about a senior class that have been good, been strong, and so for Putnam City, obviously the opportunities are there. They're just not there right now in comparison to the level of talent right here.
Right, and you mentioned that too about 5A, and I mentioned them in 5A, 6A too is what I meant to say. And in particular, like I say, you're playing much bigger schools. That's the tough thing when you're one of the smaller schools in your class. It's very tough. So particularly if you can't get numbers out when you're already small to begin with, that can be tough. And obviously, Putnam City, you're split with 2 other schools there. So, it's like I say, it's a numbers game, so much of it. And again, with the right coach, the right, commitment, from everybody involved, it's certainly, like I said, there's talent there and there's something they could do there. But yeah, obviously right now, just not on that level.
Hornet fans, before we get knee deep to a grasshopper into this contest tonight, let me take a moment to thank our sponsors. And our sponsors have been wonderful to make Booker T. Washington football available for you to enjoy and for us to do. And absolutely, we enjoy it. Our sponsors, Darcy Melendez, the Melendez family, Gorfam Marketing, the classes of 1995 to 2020 and 2022, Shauna Fain of Fox and Allen Realty, Ashley Dorsey of Easy Fitness, class of 2004, and the Greenwood Chamber of Commerce. And our major sponsors, Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, JEK Consultants, the class of 1994 letter winners, Westview Pharmacy, Tisdale 23 Catering, who is Tiffany Tisdale Braxton, class of 2005. Kate Jones Bohannon of the Heckenkemper team, class of 1994. Coleman Miller, the Guarantee Rate, class of 1994. And finally, let me acknowledge these sponsors. Adrian Bradley, class of 2004. Christopher Elmore of Smiley Elmore and Associates, class of 1995. Derek and Heather Alexander, classes of 2004 and 2011. And one, I keep saying I know this guy, Kirk Jones of Chase Bank Mortgage, class of 2004. We're going to thank our sponsors several times tonight because without them, this couldn't be possible. We are so pleased to be able to bring Hornet football to Hornet fans from to and fro. It's going to be a special night. We're into October football, getting closer to that all-crucial playoff time. Hornet fans, we appreciate you. Please spread the word. Move that link around. Let people know. We're going to have a good game tonight. Kirk, as we roll up on about 4 minutes to kickoff, having come through 7 games of the season, one of the things that I brought up when we started the season was speed. It's shown true to form. Speed is our biggest weapon across the board. We've said it, we're not an overly big team up against on the front, offensive and defensive lines, but we've done a good job of neutralizing our opponents, using our strengths, and I think our weaknesses, Kirk, have gotten to be manageable. I'm not going to say better yet because that's only foretold when we get into playoff football. But I think our weaknesses have gotten to be manageable from the fact that our offensive line has done a great job of opening holes and being physical up front. On the defensive line, we've done what we need to do by clogging things up and letting the guys from the back end run and gang tackle. Observations, Kirk, that you can pass along as we sit here after 7 games.
Yeah, for sure. I think we've seen, again, some things we've talked about. Obviously, one of the biggest, issues we've had has been penalties. And we got, obviously got to cut those out. And that's from, holding penalties, or after the play penalties, unsportsmanlike conduct, just a little bit too much after the whistle. So, that's obviously, and what's nice about that is that one's correctable, right? You can cut down on that very easily. Defense too, again, kind of like we saw a little bit last year and some this year, just again, solid first down, second down, great. You might give up that long one on third and long, lose focus. So, that's tough. But again, when you have success early on, sometimes it is tough to to kind of keep that focus on third down when you get them at 3rd and long. And unfortunately, like I say, it only takes one play to kind of just let things get away from you. But the Hornets have done a good job recovering there. Again, offensively it's been good. Again, with the running backs we have, it doesn't you don't need a hole to drive a Mack truck through. You just need a little bit of space, a little bit of a crease. Make sure you got somebody on that second level on the linebackers. One thing when we were last able to bring the game to our fans was and some really, really good downfield blocking by the wide receivers. And that's, again, like I said, what turns a 7-yard run into a 70-yard run, when you get blocking on all 3 levels from your linemen, your receivers as well. So, again, it's been a good year. Sitting at 6-1, obviously. Had a game against a tough game against Choctaw team you'll see again, right? So, as we wind down, last 3 games of the year, obviously some tough tests coming up, including the playoffs. So it's going to be a really exciting finish.
And what's exciting, Kirk, is that all these games are at home. We're going to be here at S.E. Williams to finish out the season, and there's nothing better than having the home fans giving you that momentum to finish strong, play well, get prepared to go after make a run for that gold ball. But you're doing it all here at home.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good to finish strong. You take care of business the right way. You should have 2 home games, going in as well, so into the playoffs. So, again, we could be broadcasting here for the next month, and I'm really looking forward to it. So, we touched a little bit on the Sand Springs game as well. You mentioned Gentry Williams moving from safety to corner to kind of just eliminate that receiver. And like you said, now you commit. So, again, a big week for Gentry. Obviously,
I'm going to get into that. I'm going to get into that.
All right.
I'm going to get into that.
Special day for him on Monday.
I'm going to get into that.
Congrats to the young man for sure.
Well, Hornet fans, we got the Hornets ready to come out of our on-field pyrotechnics as the band has got the drums rolling. The Hornets tonight are going to be wearing that bad orange top on top of white pants. The Ponca City Wildcats will be wearing all white tonight. So while we have a moment with less than a minute left, we're going to let the sound of the T-Connection bring you in, Hornets. You know what's coming.
Are you ready for some football? Ladies and gentlemen,
and coming to the field, yours, mine, ours, Booker T. Washington Hornets. This is 2021 Booker T. Washington Hornet football. Coming into this game as the clock is now set for 12 minutes. The Ponca City Wildcats are going to be kicking off to the north. The Hornets are going to be receiving on their north end. Looking for a good game tonight, Hornets. As I said before, the Hornets enter this contest 6-1 on the season. The Ponca City Wildcats are 3-4. Just to give you a little bit of information on players to look for from Ponca City, the running back is number 2, Blake Bristow. He's a junior, 5'6", 160 pounds. And the quarterback is Tay Moore. He's a sophomore, 5'9", 166 pounds. Moore is still a work in progress, as any sophomore is. Ponca City is hoping that he's on to an upward trajectory in his high school career. Hopefully for the Hornets tonight, we can pressure him, make the young man think a little bit too much, Kirk.
Trajectory. Just maybe for one night. Yeah, and number 2, Blake Bristow, tough running back. I remember, dealing with him. We had our troubles with him last year. Very tough kid, very hard-nosed runner. So
here it's kicked off, and it's going to be returnable by the Hornets. Number 11, Jordan Drew takes it, and he's going to go ahead and down it. Kick just did go a little bit long, so the Hornets are going to scrimmage for the first time tonight. First down and 10 from their 20-yard lines. 1st and 10, Kirk, and nothing like 1st and 80 to go.
Let's do it. Hey, last couple broadcasts we've had, we strolled right down and scored before the band was even done with their first round of songs. So, hey, let's get it from Hornet Victory right into Hornet Victory again. Let's go.
All right, so number 5, Lathan Boone, is going to captain the offense. He's got 2 running backs in there with him. I'm sure one of them is Ethan Washington. We've got 3 wide receivers, 2 here to the right. Boone looks out real quick. The pass is going to be almost intercepted by number 13. That's Devin Kilsgrove. Boone basically got the quick snap and was looking to make a quick throw into the middle of the field, but he didn't see the strong safety basically waiting there. Drew was behind the strong safety, but the line of sight was impeded and almost intercepted. That could have been a pick six.
Start. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if he catches that, it's definitely pick six. Good job by him. Reading, obviously studying, was well prepared for that play.
We've got Ethan Washington off the left end. He's wrapped up and spun down, but he's got positive yardage. He's going to pick up probably about 6 or 7 yards. And Kirk, one thing I have to say about Ethan Washington is the kid is running hard every carry.
Absolutely. Running hard and running forward. Again, does a good job of just trying to stay downhill and get up the field. Not doing any dancing, just finds a hole and goes after it.
Check that. He didn't get 7, he got 9. So it's 3rd down and 1 for the Hornets. Lathan Boone's got Washington to his right, another running back to his left in the double diamond in the doubles pistol formation. Here's an option pitch. He almost got tackled, but he didn't. The option pitch here to the right side of the field went to number 6, Deion McKinney Jr., who's the other running back. Looking like a little old option football. Reminded me a little bit of jamming Jamel Holloway, where he faked it, got wrapped up, and still pitched it.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a no, good play.
But we've got a 1st down for the Hornets. Going to be 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Still the Hornets' first possession. 10 minutes, 57 seconds left in the first. Boone's going to swing it to his left to Ethan Washington. He's got some space. Tries to make one man miss, but he's brought down, but it's still positive yardage. Going to bring up about 2nd and 5 or so.
Good job there. Obviously, you start the drive, the incomplete, almost pick six to get you behind the sticks. This time on 1st down, you get a good solid gain of 5 yards, gives you much more manageable 2nd down.
Lathan Boone takes the snap in the pistol. This time he's going to fake it to Ethan Washington, keeping himself. He's up into the middle of the field, gets a shoestring tackle, almost pulled down, but not. He's still on his feet. Lathan Boone is finally going to be run out of bounds in Ponca City Wildcat territory. Held up, going to be good enough for another 1st down for the Hornets. Beautiful run by Lathan Boone right there.
Great job, tough run as well. Bounces off, breaks away from the tackle. Another good job again. Didn't see a lot of his legs last year, and again, maybe as a sophomore, want to bring him on a little bit slower, but we've seen that more as part of his game and part of the offensive game plan this year, and I think it's really been a good wrinkle.
And this is part of the offense, Kirk, that you want to see as the season progresses. I know there are a lot of folks that are like, I don't want to run my quarterback because I don't want him to get hurt, but this is something that hasn't been on film. You're not game planning for this right here. I mean, we run the zone read, and it's mostly zone read run. But now the fact that Lathan Boone, that was up the middle of the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what you got to do. Like, if you want the zone read to work with the running back, your quarterback's got to keep it from time to time. Otherwise, it really loses its effectiveness.
Hornets have the football 1st and 10.
So the Hornets going to have the football 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 34-yard line. Took it from their 34 to the Wildcat 34. Lathan Boone looking over on the check with me. He's got 3 wide receivers here to the right side, 1 wide receiver in the flex position. Boone gets the snap. He's going to roll to his right. He's got a block. Still looking. He's going to make a throw. The pass is going to be complete. That's to number 13, Ryan Anderson. Good catch by number 13, Anderson. And Kirk, that's the first time I've seen Ryan Anderson have a catch on the season.
Yeah, great job there. Gets in the open, finds a little space, sits in, and gets the ball. And good job by Lathan again. Avoids a tackle.
And Kirk, we're going to talk about that a little bit more. We're going to have a little while to talk about it because we're going to have an illegal procedure penalty by number 62 for the Hornets. That's Elias Sherman, a little too eager. Kirk, one of the things that I've been noticing as we watch the Hornets is like that pass to Ryan Anderson. Anderson is a senior, been a starter, played every game, works hard, blocks. We've never really targeted him. And one of the things that I felt was that if you start passing to Anderson, it's a body that most defenses aren't accounting for.
Right. Right. Definitely. So you think of, everybody knows the main guys, Mike Catisse, George Drew. When we do move Gentry over again, luckily, because of guys like Ryan Anderson, you don't have to put Gentry on offense very much, and so that's been good. But yeah, usually it's it's Micah, it's Jordan. Forget about these other guys, but like I said, we got plenty of guys that can make plays. And that was a great job finding a window, sitting in, and giving Lathan a good open receiver to throw to.
And Anderson is 6'3". I mean, he's one of our biggest targets that we have out there. Made a great hand catch, Kirk. And if you integrate him into the offense, now you are truly 4 wide weapons.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you're going 4 wide, but not all 4 are a threat, then it loses effectiveness. But when all 4 guys are a threat, need to be covered, it only opens things up even more.
Here's a zone read keep once again by Lathan Boone. He steps up, gives a spin move, the B move to the linebacker, and he gets positive yardage. He's going to be close to another Hornet 1st down. Still going to be 2nd down. The Hornets are now in the Ponca City Wildcat red zone. The Hornets are going to have two wides to the left. Ryan Anderson flex position to the left. Here's an inside give. This time, Lathan Boone once again keeps it. He's going to be able to muscle his way down to inside the 10-yard line. Kirk, looks like Lathan Boone wants to put some rushing stats on the board tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we certainly have never seen him keep it this off, and definitely not on one drive. But we did see it a little bit more last game, but certainly not like this. So it's interesting. I think he's kind of out, and I do think he's one of those quarterbacks when you have the ability to run and you do a little bit of running, it just helps you get in that game rhythm, just kind of get in the flow of the game, and that can only help in the passing game as well.
We've got first and goal to go for the Hornets. They fake the reverse. Washington gets it off the left side. He's running hard. Washington is going to break the plane of the goal line for a Hornet. Touchdown! Going to be 6-0 for the Hornets. That's Ethan Washington off the left edge from the 8-yard line, Kirk. And once again, the kid showed good footwork. He showed good vision to cut it back, and then he showed power to basically muscle his way over the goal line. Here's a swinging gate play, trying to fake the kick, the extra point, but it looks like he's going to be brought down just short. The 2-point conversion, it went to, looks like number 16, Mekhi Chambers, going to be denied. So the Hornets have got points on the board, but they don't get the extra points. With 9 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first quarter, your Booker T. Washington Hornets take an opening score lead against the Ponca City Wildcats.
Yeah, that's a great play there by Ponca City, because that was open, but obviously he closed on it quick and was able. He made a great tackle and obviously came up a little bit short. So be interesting. We'll see if that that missed conversion comes back to hurt us or not.
Hey, Hornet fans, just because it's a home game doesn't mean you need to go home when it's over. Raising Cane's on Yale is open late after the game to feed your victory celebration hunger. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love. Look to see you there tonight, Hornets. So the Booker T. Washington Hornets, for goodness, Kirk, that must have been the 4th time this season, come right out on the opening drive and put points on the board. And, more than anything, Kirk, it's about the mental aspect of, I'm the better team because I come right out and score.
Yeah, and I think it's no coincidence. Obviously, in order to score first on the open drive, you have to get the ball first. So I think it's no coincidence the Hornets choose to take the opening kickoff when they get the opportunity, because they want to come out and they want to set the tone and try to play from ahead.
So ready to kick off is Jackson Marsh. Kirk, we got a running bet going every time he kicks it off. Is he going deep, or is he going to go for the high heater?
I'm calling deep on this one.
All right. Jackson Marsh has got the whistle from the white hat. He's looking at it, lining it up. He approaches it, gives it a boot. It's a high kick. It's going to be taken here on the near sideline at about the 18-yard line. He's found a little bit of room. Looks like that was number 3, Grant Harmon, a junior defensive back, 5'7" and 155 pounds. And with that, the Ponca City Wildcats are going to have their first possession of the ball game. They're going to have it in their territory. Good field position, though. They're going to be at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, good job there. Fielded cleanly, got a little bit of crease. Again, found a little bit of time. It was a good job. I mean, obviously, Jackson did a good job placing where they wanted, but they did do a good job to get down there and get about a 12-yard gain, 13-yard gain on that one. So
I really like that the kickoff return team, Kirk, ran their lanes, which is really, really important. There's nothing worse than somebody from the inside trying to come to the outside and leaves a seam somewhere. So here's an interesting, I remember now, Ponca City's going to give you a whole lot of window dressing. Here's a zone read, but the quarterback's going to be stood up. The zone read went to the jet sweep, number 1, Lane Sholey. He's a senior, 6 foot, 170 pounds. Basically, he's going to be able to fall for about 3/4 of a yard. Going to be second down and 8 1/4 for the Ponca City Wildcats.
Yeah, just like you said, you're right. A lot of window dress, a lot of pre-snap movement. Again, you just got to stay focused. Keep with your reads and just not let all the eye candy trick you, and just like I say, know your assignment and do your job.
Notice the pre-snap Hornet look. Notice that pre-snap look Hornets that Ponca City starts with out of the huddle, and then they break to it. Got a man in motion, but here's a give over the left side. Not very much room to operate, and a host of Hornets on the stop right there. Coming up from the secondary was number 4, Micah Tees, to clean it up. 2 yards on the play. Got some positive yards, but now the Wildcats are behind the sticks. It's going to be 3rd and 7. Once again, I said quarterback is number 4, Tay Moore, a sophomore, And as we said earlier, it's a situation that you don't want a young quarterback to have to bail you out all night, Kirk.
Yeah, absolutely. Hornets got what they want, right? Short gains on first down, short gain on second down. Again, put the young quarterback in third and long.
Ponca City got multiple wide receivers to the right side, but Moore is under duress. Looks like he's going to have to run. He's finally going to run out of bounds, basically at the stick. Tay Moore made a business decision that time. Needed a lot, only got a little. Going to be 4th down and about 6. Looks like the Wildcats are going to need to punt. And that's one of those situations right there, Kirk, where, yes, he's a young quarterback, and I'm sure he's been told you don't need to do no more than you need to. And I think on that situation, he thought, okay, let's just live to play another day.
Yep.
I'm not going to try to risk getting, yards that I don't think I'm going to be able to run for with the amount of speed back there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he had two Hornets in front of him. They played a great angle. So again, smart job there. Just like you said, live to play another down.
Here's a snap that was low, but off the side of the foot for the Ponca City kicker. It's going to land in Hornet territory. Taking a Ponca City bounce, going to roll inside the Hornet 30. The Hornets are going to scrimmage for the second time at around the 28-yard line, I do believe. 7 minutes, 23 seconds left in the first quarter. The Booker T. Washington Hornets are in the lead 6. Ponca City Wildcats 0. Hornets are going to have the ball. Now, this is a situation, Kirk, where you scored on your first possession, but you didn't get the extra point. So technically, the coach's sheet says you're behind right now. So now you really need to have a good drive to put points on the board and try to get you back on schedule of scoring.
Yeah, and a good mix of run and pass on the first drive. So be interested to see what they come out. And we got double running backs here as well.
Lathan Boone in the pistol with 2 running back formation. Got the zone read option look. He's going to look inside and keep it to himself. Had the pitch man, Deion McKinney, number 6, trailing right there. Play looked to be set up for the pitch, Kirk, but Boone decided to keep it. Looks like he got just a little 2-yard positive carry. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 8 for the Hornets. We've got Micah T's number 4 split out to the top side. 2 wide receivers here to the near side. Once again in the pistol formation. Here's another give to Ethan Washington over the left side. He cuts in, but then he tries to cut out. Didn't set it up totally. The cornerback comes up and makes the tackle. Ethan Washington gets positive yardage, but he was looking to get to the boundary and take it to the house, Kirk.
Yeah, he was. And again, good example there. Just needed one more downfield block to go ahead and turn that into, honestly, probably a touchdown.
3rd down and 2 for the Hornets. Lathan Boone, check with me to the Hornets sideline. Micah Tees is here to the near side in a short split. He's got double coverage with a safety over the top and bracket coverage. Boone's going to get it. Here's a zone read.
Nice
Great
move.
cutback by Ethan Washington, who gets tripped down, but he was able to maintain his feet to get the first down. First down for the Hornets. Nifty move by Ethan Washington.
Great
right
job
there.
there by Ethan to make sure he got the first down there, and give the Hornets a fresh set of downs. Approaching up on midfield about the 45.
And as much as he wanted to get, Kirk, most importantly is to keep the drive going. Here's another zone read by Washington, who's up the middle of the field, gets what he can, puts his head down, but we've got a flag on the play.
Yeah, way back in the offensive backfield.
Looks like we've got an illegal shift by the Hornets. I believe that one of the 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field were in motion at the time that the ball was snapped by Lathan Boone. So that's one that you've got to put on the quarterback right there, Kirk. You've got to take your time, know what the play clock is, and make sure your guys are set.
Yeah, definitely. Priority number 1, obviously, because now you go from essentially first down, you gain 10, you're going to have another first down and 10. Now you go back and got first and 15.
Brings up, as Kirk said, 1st and 15 for the Hornets. Lathan Boone in the pistol formation with a running back. This once again, Ethan Washington trying to set something up to get to the boundary. He got a block that time from number 11, Jordan Drew, to allow him to get all the way to the corner. Got positive yards. He's looking for the home run, Kirk. I mean, I can see it on every carry. Number 21's eyes are looking and take it to the house. But most importantly, you go from 1st and 15 to a manageable 2nd and 7.
Yeah, great
with,
job.
With 2 downs left.
Back on schedule. Absolutely.
3 wide receivers to the far side for the Hornets. Boone gets it. Once again, zone read. Washington makes the first person miss, gets into the middle of the defense, and is finally taken down by number 13, Devin Kilsgrove for the Ponca City Wildcats. But that run is good enough for a Hornet first down. Kirk, the Hornets are moving.
They're moving, and you're really, really on the heels of, on the shoulders of Ethan Washington right now. He's done a great job getting a lot of, heavy workload early on. Got number 2, Gentry Williams, checked into the game in the slot.
Single running back Deion McKinney Jr. in the pistol formation with Lathan Boone. We've got 4 wide receivers, and as Kirk said, Sooner commit number 2 All-American Gentry Williams is in the game. Looking at the bubble screen, but the handoff goes to Deion McKinney Jr., who gets just 1 or 2 yards, positive yardage. I got to say, Kirk, the offensive line are really making some holes tonight. The linebackers are shooting those gaps, but the guys up front are handling the guys up front for Ponca City.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. Obviously, a lot of good running plays, and obviously gave Lathan time when he needed to throw on drive number 1. Really been just doing it on the ground here in drive number 2 as well.
Hornets in Wildcat territory. Here's a pass over the middle of the field. It's going to be a little bit wide for the wide receiver. That pass was intended for number 1, Demetrius Prudham. And as somebody used to always say to me, when you go over the middle, you can't have alligator arms, Kirk. You got to either go get it because somebody's coming to get you. But the pass falls incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 9 for the Hornets, who are in Ponca City Wildcat territory, not inside field goal range for Jackson Marsh.
Possibly 4-down territory here. We'll see what they decide to do. Obviously, the first 3rd and long of the night for the Hornets.
3 wide receivers to the far side. Lathan Boone takes a snap. He's looking to his left. He's rolling to his left. He's still looking. Got double coverage. Everybody's wrapped up. Boone is going to be able to run for it, sticks his head down, and he's going to be able to pick up enough yardage for a Hornet first down. Great run, Kirk.
Yeah, great job by Lathan. Again, he's patient. He's looking for the pass downfield, but when he saw it wasn't there, he went ahead and took off. Looks like
double coverage.
They are going to give him the first down. Okay.
The Wildcats had double coverage in the secondary on our primary wide receiver that Boone wanted to hit on a shallow route that was enough for the first down. Single coverage on the guy that was deep. However, the Ponca City DB was under that, so that throw would have had to been to the boundary. Not a high percentage throw, so Boone tucks it and runs it for himself.
Yeah, great job there. Does a good job too as the defense is approaching to go ahead and secure the ball. He had a little loose at first, but secured it as the defenders came near.
Hornets scrimmaging from the Wildcat 33-yard line. Here's a corner blitz. Inside handoff to Deion McKinney Jr., who's in the middle of the field. He stiff arms, and now he cuts to the outside. He's at the 5. Deion McKinney Jr., touchdown, Hornets. Great run by Deion McKinney Jr. Once again, Kirk, the guys up front, and I'm going to name every one of them here in a little bit. They are getting a hat on a hat that are allowing the Hornet running backs to break the line of scrimmage, and then it's making a linebacker miss, of which that time Deion McKinney ran between 2 guys, stiff on one linebacker, basically makes a cut to the outside, and he runs to the boundary, touchdown.
Yeah, no, great job. The cut from the outside is what did it. And, it's really it's something to see these guys sometimes, too, because you're sitting up here from up top where you can see everything. You see that defender coming on his left side thinking he's not going to see it. He senses it, makes a cut to the outside, and finishes off with a touchdown.
Jackson Marsh, number 45, has it lined up. The snap is down. The kick is up, and it's good. With 3 minutes, 56 seconds left in the first quarter. It's your Booker T. Washington Hornets 13, the Ponca City Wildcats 0. Kirk, that was another good drive, even with a penalty, even with a couple of plays that netted limited yards. You got to see Ethan Washington be productive. You got to see Lathan Boone make a good, patient decision. I want to credit you by saying that, because the thing about that rollout to the left that Boone had on 3rd and 9 was that he just rolled and let the defense get depth and depth and depth. That gave him a lane to run for a first down.
Yeah, and it was good to see. Again, that was the first 3rd long we'd had all night, so good to see them come up with the right decision. Because again, on 3rd and 9, you're sitting there thinking, I got to get 9. So yeah, you are more inclined to pass. But again, he does a great job. He's patient, sees the space open up, and again, he hasn't been shy to run all night. He's done a great job.
And from a coaching perspective, like you said, Kirk, on that 3rd and 9, if you get 4 yards or if Lathan Boone gets sacked, is it 4-down territory? Because it's a little bit too long for Jackson Marsh to attempt a field goal. And the only thing you're really doing is pooch kicking. Now you're up early, but now you're back on schedule with your scoring.
Yeah, absolutely. Back on schedule. Yeah, you're in a little bit of no man's land, so it's nice there. Then we don't have to worry about making a decision as to what you do there.
Jackson Marsh has it teed up. I'm hoping to see him go for the touchback. Kicking to the south. The little wind that we do have. Can't tell which way it's blowing just yet. Jackson Marsh, once again, a high kick that's going to be received at about the 16-yard line. Number 3 for the Ponca City Wildcats as Grant Harmon basically receives it. He does put the ball on the turf, but it is recovered by the Wildcats. So Ponca City is going to scrimmage for the second time at their own 27-yard line. Once again, 3 minutes, 50 seconds left in the first quarter. We're week 8 for the 2021 Booker T. Washington Hornets.
Yeah, and a great job there. Coverage team does a little better job there. Again, good coverage there on the first one. You give about a 13-yard gain. They kept that one, under 10-yard return. Obviously, now you're starting them inside the 30, which really is kind of your goal as a kickoff coverage team. Is you want to keep them inside the 30. If you want to get greedy, you want to keep them inside 25. But really, overall, your goal is to keep them inside the 30 to start the drives.
Once again, Hornets, you got to enjoy the pre-snap motion by the Ponca City Wildcats. They put themselves into the pistol. Here's faking the zone read give. The handoff is number 2, Blake Bristow. Basically, he ran to his right, found an alley and went and jumped for it, dove, and it got about 4 yards. So positive yards for the Wildcats on first down. Once again, fans, you're going to see a lot of window dressing, a lot of eye candy before the Wildcats even get set. And then they're putting multiple people in motion or putting a guy in motion to make you think they're coming this way to run the zone read back to the other side. So the Hornets are going to have disciplined eyes all night, Kurt.
Absolutely, disciplined eyes. And, the first time for Ponca City, they're actually going to kind of play on schedule now.
Ponca City this time with the direct snap to the quarterback, number 4, Tay Moore. That time it was all run by Tay Moore. He gets a couple of positive yards. Gonna bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Wildcats. Scrimmaging right now at their 34-yard line. The tackle there made by Demetrius Prudhomme, number 1, who's a hell of a looking athlete out there on the field right now. So the Wildcats are gonna break the huddle, a critical 3rd down. They're gonna have 2 wide receivers here to the near side. Pistol formation. Here's an H-back coming to the left. Moore's going to keep it, and he's going to be stacked up immediately by the Hornets. Immediately on the quarterback run. Going to be for a loss. Going to bring up 4th down for the Wildcats. That's a great defensive play by the Hornets. Were they in the huddle with them?
Yeah, they definitely knew what was coming there. And again, now you got 4th and short. Definitely a punting situation here for the Wildcats as they come off the field. No, but a great job by the defense. Again, all that eye candy. They're staying disciplined, keeping their jobs. Again, staying focused. Obviously, you can tell they did a good job, in film study this week. Because you can't get too wooed by all the, the pre-snap motion, everything. It's an interesting thing. I honestly haven't seen another team do that. Nobody, the Hornets has played, nothing, watching TV. So it's definitely unique. So again, the key is just staying in touch.
The punt is blocked. I was just about to say, Kirk. Head coach for the Wildcats, Scott Harmon, decides to go ahead and punt it. DJ McKinney was back for the Hornets. However, Micah Tees blitzes in from the near side and blocks the punt. The punt is going to be knocked out of bounds in Ponca City territory. The Hornets are going to have the ball for the 3rd time to break from scrimmage inside Ponca City territory. They're going to have it at the Ponca City Wildcat 32-yard lines. And you know what I'm calling right here, Kirk. I'm going up top.
Absolutely.
I mean, put the dagger in them, baby.
Yeah, sudden change. Yeah, absolutely. You got the whole wide side of the field here. Here's the front side of the screen that you'll see here. So we'll see what they do. But that's typically, been something they like to do. And you got one-on-one out here.
Micah Tees comes in motion. Here's the reverse to him, jet sweep. He's going to get the corner, looking for a block. He's got an alley. Micah Tees is still got men to beat. He's finally got pushed out of bounds. Hornet fans, I hope you saw the alleyway that opened up that we were looking at. I mean, it almost looked, Kirk, like Micah Tees was going to be stretched out and just be running to the boundary, but an alleyway opened up. He accelerated through it. Positive yards, good enough for a Hornet first down. Got 1 block, and he's off to the races.
Yeah, absolutely. And great job there. And, like I say, he makes the great play on special teams. You see him get rewarded with the first carry of the next drive.
1 wide receiver here to the near side of the field. Here's an inside handoff once again to Ethan Washington.
do have a flag at the top of the screen. Probably they're going to be maybe lined up offsides on the defense, so they're by the line of scrimmage, or maybe a legal motion on our side.
So little to no gain on the play right there to the handoff to Ethan Washington, and with the penalty flag of illegal procedure against the Hornets, it's going to back them up. The Hornets are going to be first, second, and 15 from the 22-yard line. And in some situations, Kirk, it can help you because obviously when the field shrinks down here, it takes away, all of the options of your route tree. But the Hornets with Lathan Boone are going to have one wide receiver here to the near side, which is Gentry Williams. Looks like they're going to have one running back, Ethan Washington, the senior, number 24. Ryan Anderson in the middle of the slot to the far side. Micah Tees is going to be split out far to the left. 3 wide receivers on the top side. Gentry Williams looks right now, Kirk, to have single coverage down here.
Yeah, we'll see if they end up sliding a safety over. But again, you got trips to the left. So if you slide them over to Gentry's side, you're going to leave somebody, on single coverage, if not more, there on the trip side, top of the screen.
So our Stripes crew tonight having a little bit of a difficulty between 5 steps and 10, but they finally get it right. It's going to be basically first and 15 for the Hornets. Lathan Boone looks everything over. He takes the snap. Looks like we're going to get a false start actually on Ethan Washington. He seemed to be a little bit too eager to run his fake on that one, Kirk.
Yeah, the Hornets getting a little bit, you score on the first 2 drives, things are going your way, you block the punt. Can't lose focus here. Obviously, back-to-back penalties, so making it a little harder on themselves. Still first down, but again, you're at about 1st and 20 now, so we'll see what they can come up with. You don't have to get it all back on one play.
And, Kirk, I like these odd down and distance situations. You're 1st and 20. Everything's open to you because you have 4 downs. You're still in the enemy territory. Here, Boone takes a snap. Here's an inside give to Deion McKinney. He goes left, tries to break and get upfield. He gets a few yards and is finally taken down. Ponca City read that play well. Number 41 for the Wildcats stuck his head in there making a tackle. Number 42, Titus Vickery. And we've got another hanky on the field, and you may be hearing it. The fans aren't liking it. Now we've got a hold by the Hornets, so this is going to back them up even more. I said I like these odd down and distances, Kirk, but the Hornets didn't have to take me at my word.
You know what? Hey, you know what? Everybody wants to try 1st and 30 when they can. So
I got to play for 1st and 30.
Looks like Deion McKinney came off a little gingerly there. See if he's okay. Kind of looked like he was hobbling a little bit. Don't know if he just, maybe took a shot or maybe tweaked an ankle or something. But he's going to go ahead and have a seat, and we'll see if we see him later on this drive, or maybe he gets a break. We see him next drive.
You don't see this very often, Hornet fans. 1st and 33, 4 wides, pistol formation. Ethan Washington to the left of Lathan Boone. It's a high snap. Boone's going to have to fall on it. This is going to make it 2nd and 50. We're going to be at the 50.
We are at the 50. 1st down. Got to get to the 7-yard line. So it's about 1st and
Goodness, after a block punt by the Hornets in Ponca City Wildcat territory, the Hornets have done nothing but go in reverse.
Second and 43. Here we go.
Wow. So the chain crew is down inside the 20-yard line. It is 2nd and 43 from the 50. Lathan Boone got 3 wide receivers to the near side. Here's a quick pass out to number 4, Micah Tees, who looks to run over number 8, Tyson Dewberry. Positive yardage on the play. It's now going to bring up 3rd and plenty, Hornet fans. But with the clock running down, we have now expired the 1st quarter. Coming back, it's going to be 2nd quarter football for your Booker T. Washington Hornets. Hornet fans, as the 12th man, we know you leave it all out on the field for every game. And there's no better place to refuel after the game than Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Head over to Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. They're open late. They're open late till 2 a.m. One love. Hornet fans, we're into the month of October, and as most would know, during the month of October, we celebrate the awareness to a very ugly word that we have to use from time to time, and that's cancer. I just wanted to take a little moment or two to say to all the Hornet fans that can hear my voice, if you're in the fight, keep fighting. We love you. For the Hornets out there that have someone that is in the fight, love on them. Reach out to them. Let them know that you have their back. And for those of you that are not in the fight, go get your screenings. Talk to your primary care physician. Take care of yourself. Eat better. Get up. Move. There's only one way that we can survive, and that's by living. So, Hornet fans, I want to give a big shout out of love to all the Hornets out there as we not celebrate but acknowledge Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah,
So to start the second half, Kirk, it's your Booker T. Washington Hornets 13, Ponca City Wildcats 0. It's 3rd and many. 3rd and 34. Lathan Boone dropped back. He's going to try to get it all. Pass intended for number 11, Jordan Drew. Drew had a step on his defender, but the pass was a little bit too long. That's going to bring up the fourth down for the Hornets. And for the first time tonight, number 45, Jackson Marsh, comes into the game to punt, Kirk. What do you think of that play call?
Hey, you know, I mean, where you're at, you take a shot. Why not? I think, you know, being on the 41-yard line, you know, you could have tried something in the running game or something shorter. See what happens, and then you kind of decide, do you go for it or do you go ahead? But again, you get some, you might, you know, you're in a pooch punt situation here. Not worth, you know, we've had success going deep. Haven't seen Jordan Drew much yet today. You know, we've been a little heavier on the ground, obviously, but, you know, more often than not, we got a shot at that play.
Jackson Marsh has the snap, tries to pooch it. Going to be received at the 10-yard line by the Ponca City Wildcats. Basically, the rule is that you don't step back from the 10-yard line. So the Ponca City receiver that time, Grant Harmon, fair caught it at the 10. You know, coach can't argue that, but, you know, now you got 1st and 90.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think he had a little bit of room if you want to try to make something happen. But I will say, while he did have room, he had a lot of Hornets closing in. So, again, good job by the coverage team. Good punt there by Jackson to go ahead and pin him deep. That's a tough spot, too. That's an easy one to put into the end zone, so he does a good job there. You know, good pooch punt. And, again, Hornets will start with him backed up to their 10. So Hornets obviously winning the battle of field position thus far.
Hornet defense with 4 defensive linemen and 4 linebackers. Here's a quick give into the middle of the offensive line. Get some positive yardage. The Hornets in an interesting alignment, Kirk, that we haven't talked about much, but it's kind of a 4-4, you know, type of alignment where we've got, you know, really 3 and a rush in, and then 4 linebackers or a couple of strong safeties rolling up, and then Gentry Williams back over the top. And with his speed, it allows him to roam that way.
Yep.
But it's an alignment that we've got to do based on more necessity, not so much scheme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, definitely. And like I said, when you have somebody like Gentry in the back that can kind of, you know, cover a lot of mistakes, it will allow you to try some things to figure out what works for you.
Here's another all-the-way quarterback run by number 4, Tay Moore. So already we're seeing Ponca City kind of change their philosophy where they're just basically snapping it to the quarterback and letting him basically, you know, try to run and get what he can. It's obviously, you know, in an effort to slow the game down, you know, try to, you know, see if they can wear down the defense in front of the Hornets.
Yeah, it's a good job getting their first down of the game for Ponca City. And, you know, Tay Moore, he is a really good-looking athlete. So, again, I think you, play to your strengths. If that's the most successful thing you got, then obviously you're going to have to mix in some pass with it. But definitely it's had success thus far. Tay
Moore with the inside give on the cutback to number 2, Blake Bristow. This time, this is going to be his longest run of the night. Going to pick up about 6, and it's basically, Kirk. It's zone read or a zone blocking scheme for the cutback is what it is, because you're looking at get everybody flowing left, and then just cut it back and run to the right.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you have quarterback run success on the first 2 plays. Obviously, that helps you on the third one when he does hand off, but you got to respect the running back there. So again, once again, you know, the Wildcats here playing ahead of script, on script here, as they're getting 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 for Tay Moore in the pistol formation. He takes the snap. Zone read once again in the middle to Bristow. Bristow is basically going to get to the 2nd level. Positive yardage close to the first down, and the referee immediately says that he has enough of the yards to gain. 2 first downs back-to-back for the Wildcats. And right now, Kirk, they're on the march. I mean, you only need 10 yards. And it looks like they're just trying to get 10 yards and keep moving down the field.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't need to get, you know, you're down 13. You don't need to get it all back in, you know, on one play, on one drive. You know, it's still early. You stick to what you had game planned. Obviously, the Hornets, And you shoot ourselves in the foot on the last drive, so again, you got a little bit of momentum now. So again, yeah, you need to just stick with what you do and try to have some success.
Number 27 in motion for the Wildcats. This time, Taymor is finally going to draw back to pass. Has a man in the middle of the field, overthrown. Pass was intended to number 11, Luke Payne, a 6'2", 160-pound senior. He had space there, Kurt, and pretty good throw by Taymor. I mean, he missed him, but, from a rhythm standpoint, that was the first pass he's intended tonight.
Yeah, no, it was a pretty good looking throw. And, it's interesting. I'm looking at my roster. I got, Ponca City, provided for us. They got Taymor at 5'9", but so he's 5'9", I'm 6'6", because, like I say, he looks better than that in the pocket.
So, once again, we got the window dressing by the Ponca City Wildcats when they break the huddle. Bring a tight end to the left with a wide receiver, 2 wide receivers to the near side. Moore's going to roll to his right, throwing out to his right. Got a man, had a man right there, number 20. Gavin Cunningham basically had the ball in his breadbasket, but he was hit immediately by Jaden King, and Jaden King made him pay, and the pass is incomplete, Kurt.
Yeah, great job by Jaden King again. He doesn't get tested a whole lot, right? I mean, he's proven that when you throw his way, more often than not, he's going to make you pay. So he does a great job there. Again, doesn't get the interception we're used to seeing from him, right? But he gets there in time to break it up. Does a great job in coverage there. So now you got the Wildcats back behind script, 3rd and 10, which is where we've had him in the first 2 drives with success.
But Jaden King did what you want. Great footwork. He backpedaled. When the wide receiver settled and made his outcut, Jaden King drove on the ball and drove through the wide receiver. The wide receiver obviously had a chance to make the catch, but with the thump he put on him, it's incomplete. Bringing up 3rd and 10 for the Wildcats. Man in motion to the near side. There's a rollout this way, then he's going to look to throw back. Had a man on the wheel route close to the flag for the first down, but the pass is short. Pass was intended for number 2, Blake Bristow, and Taymor just threw that one a little short. Kurt, as somebody who critiques and watches quarterbacks closely, that's a situation where Taymor just didn't set his feet.
No, not at all. He, like I said, just got a little too excited there. I think he knew they had a good play call on, which they did. Bristow had a lot of room there, but yeah, just got a little too excited, and yeah, just like you said.
Because the quarterback knows that the play call, the guy should be open.
Yep.
So Coach Harmon elects to punt once again. This one gets away. It's a kick that's going to be taken. Nope, it's not touched. I don't believe it was touched, but there's no whistle, Hornet fans. There's no whistle. Nope, now we have a whistle. Now we have a whistle. Number 6 for the Hornets, Deion McKinney Jr. ran up as though he was going to catch the ball. Oh, but they're going to say that the Ponca City Wildcats are taking possession because it was a muff. So Deion McKinney Jr. ran towards the low kick, attempting to catch it. He didn't. He kept running as though he didn't touch it, but the refs see different. Ponca City is going to take over first down in Hornet territory. They're going to call it a muffed punt on number 6, Deion McKinney Jr. And, a punt turns into a long first down play for the Wildcats, Kurt.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of, picking up from where they were on offense with the mistakes they had on the last drive. You have one on special teams there. You just can't afford. Again, Hornets came out 13-0 real quick, but, settled in here and, they got to keep their focus now.
Hornets have gotten a little sloppy. Here's an inside give, but breaking out to the left side. Good run by number 2, Blake Bristow. Man, he lowered the shoulder and lowered the boom over there. I don't know who it was that was coming up making the tackle, Kurt.
They might not know who they are right now either.
But there is a penalty flag on the play.
Again, great run by Bristow there, and that's what I remember from last year. Tough runner, does a really good job. Really tough kid, and he showed it there.
So we're waiting to see. It was positive yards on the play. Looks like it might have been enough for a first down. But we're going to have a personal foul assessed against the Hornets, so that's going to tack on 15 yards. This is what you can't do, Kirk. I mean, you muff a punt with a questionable decision by Deion McKinney. Then the first play for Ponca City, they have a great run, a momentum-type run, and now the Wildcats are in the Hornet red zone. Yeah. Pistol formation for Taymor, running back to his left. He takes the snap, direct snap, and I do believe we're going to have a legal procedure on the running back, Kurt. Same thing that played the Hornets where the running back knows what's coming, and he left a step early. No, we've got offsides by the Hornets, fans. So once again,
they killed the play dead on that. I don't know if he made contact or not. Obviously, typically, if it's offside, you go ahead and let the play happen.
So once again, Hornet fans, the Hornets are going to be penalized moving the ball for positive yardage for the Wildcats. It's going to be 1st and 5 from the Hornets 7. Ponca City Wildcats. Booker T. Washington Hornets are up 13-0. 8 minutes, 56 seconds left in the half. Wildcats break the huddle. Now they're going to basically break formation again from that, looks like wing T. Then they run to their spots. Number 4, Tay Moore, sophomore quarterback, takes it. Going to hand it off inside. Bristow trying to cut and get outside, but he's taken down. Great tackle there by number 6, DJ McKinney, coming up from the linebacker position. Going to be a loss on the play. What was 1st and 5 is, looks like they're going to say he got to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 2nd and 5. Look like a loss of yardage.
Good play there by DJ McKinney. Wrap up. Make sure he got a hold of him. Didn't let go. It took him a little while to get him down, but again, never let go once he got him wrapped up.
No wide receivers to the near side. Here's an inside run by Tay Moore, basically looking to drop his head. Didn't have a lot. Looks like the ball might be loose. Ball might be loose. Hornets are coming up excited about it, but we've got a referee coming in. Let's see whose ball they said. No, they're gonna rule Tay Moore, quarterback for the Wildcats, down. So positive yards on that play by quarterback Tay Moore. Gonna be 3rd down and about 3 yards for the Wildcats. They're going to scrimmage from the 5-yard line of the Booker T. Washington Hornets.
Yeah, so again, you're third and 3 from the 5, so they can't get a first down, obviously, without needing to get a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
The question really, too, is, are you in 4-down territory here? Are you confident in your kicker, or, what are you going to do?
3 and 4 on the season against 6A2, number 3. So Tay Moore is going to fake the give, going to throw the out, and coming back to knock the ball down is Micah Tees. He made it look easy, Kirk. Ponca City had a nice, well-designed play with the wide receiver on the out cut to the wide side of the field. Had plenty of green grass in between him, but Micah Tees takes away the situation and the opportunity for a score. Going to be 4th down for the Wildcats, and they're going to make a decision to kick. That's a great defensive play.
That's a great job by Mike Tees to get a hand in there. Really, really big play, obviously, and it's a kind of interesting call by Ponca. Not really your strength there, right? Tay Moore's had success throwing running the ball, rolling them out, throwing to, like I said, against a very good, very talented secondary. Probably, not the best call there. Obviously, let's feel good about their kicker because they're rolling them out. In my mind, that you had some success moving the ball. I'm probably going for it there. If I don't get the first down, then I give a hard thought of, am I going to go for it on 4th down? Because, field goals aren't going to beat the Hornets.
And I totally understand. I totally understand what you're saying, Kirk, by saying the decision to throw for it, which really hasn't been what you've been doing to be successful. But in a situation like that, Kirk, you've got the wide side of the field and you're throwing it out. You're telling your sophomore quarterback, you're throwing that ball to the pylon. But there's an example of speed where Micah Tees comes and closes the gap, makes it look easy, and all he's saying to himself is, I'm just going to knock this down. Now, you want him to go ahead and be aggressive, catch it, and take it to the house, but Tees played sound fundamental football.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, absolutely. No, he does. Make sure he makes the play, because that's why, like I say, if you think, I'm going to get 2 hands on, let's take it, you miss it, and then you give up the play. Key is, knock it down, and obviously you got him in a apparent field goal situation.
Here's a field goal attempt by the Ponca City Wildcats. The kick is up, and it's going to be good. That's number 39 for the Wildcats. Number 39 or 38 is Baylor Anderson. Caden Anderson, number 37. So with 7 minutes, 26 seconds left in the half, your Booker T. Washington Hornets 13. The Ponca City Wildcats finally get on the board to keep from being blanked. They've put up 3 points.
And good job by the defense, because obviously, things are going against you. You have, trouble in the offensive drive. You get a stop. You give up the, the muff punt, and now your back's against the wall inside your own 10. So good job to, to buck up there and go ahead and get a stop. And again, if you're the Hornets, you've been a little Jekyll and Hyde here so far. You come out essentially flawless on offense and defense for the first, 4 drives of the game. You go up 13-0. You just get sloppy. You lose focus, and you got to focus back in here. Again, you're lucky to get out of that with just 3 points, for Ponca City. So, now it's time to buckle down. Let's try to put a good drive together.
Want to thank our sponsors, Darcy Melendez, the Melendez family, Gorfam Marketing, class of 95, 20, 20, and 22. Ponca City is going to kick it off, and once again, it's going to be deep enough for a touchback. Finishing on thanking our sponsors, Shauna Fain of the Fox Allen Realty, Ashley Dorsey of Easy Fitness, class of 2004, and the Greenwood Chamber of Commerce. Thanks to all of our sponsors for making Booker T. Washington football possible. Byron Perry and Kirk Jones here on a beautiful, cool October night. We hope all of you Hornets are enjoying the broadcast. It's good to be back here at S.E. Williams. Your Hornets are 6-1 on the season. Going to be scrimmaging from the 20-yard line heading north. Lathan Boone basically is going to be by himself in the backfield. He puts Deion McKinney Jr. in motion back to the pistol formation, and a direct snap to Deion McKinney Jr., who cuts it up, gets into the second level of the defense, and is finally going to be taken down by the Ponca City Wildcats, but positive yards. Now that's what we need to have, Kirk. We need to get back to the offense being efficient and clicking.
Yeah, that was a nice little wrinkle. We hadn't really seen that play yet. Obviously, Boone kind of goes, briefly out in motion. They snap directly to DJ McKinney. Great gain there, 8 yards, puts us in 2nd and 2.
All right, we got an alert. Jordan Drew has single coverage down here to the near side of the field, and the single coverage is on the inside. Here's a handoff to Ethan Washington, who tries to hurdle a defender. He tried to go over the top of number 12, Gabriel Rowland. And I'll be honest with you, Kirk, I talked to Ethan Washington this week, and he told me he wanted to have a hurdle on a highlight tape. I told him to show people elbows and ankles and run through some people, but he was eager to jump over somebody. So, kid, you got your jump. Now, you got 2 yards out of it. Brings up a 3rd down for the Hornets from their 28-yard line. Boone has it. Once again, he's going to keep it into the middle of the field. Looks like he's going to have enough for the 1st down. And we've seen several wrinkles of this Hornet offense, Kirk, that I think both of us can say we like seeing. I mean,
yeah.
Lathan Boone has been effective running tonight.
Yeah, he does a good job there, too. Doesn't try to, make a home run play. He knew where the sticks were. He knew where to get the 1st down.
Lathan Boone on the quarterback keeper gets a 1st down. Ball still in Hornet territory. Lathan Boone with the check with me. 2 wide receivers here to the near side. He's got number 1, Demetrius Prudhomme, and number 11, Jordan Drew, who once again has single coverage, but he's bracketed. Safety's over the top to the inside. Boone is going to throw this one out quick to the top side. Pass to number 4, Micah Tees, looking to basically get the ball in the hand of Tees quickly, Kirk, and see if he can make one guy miss to get a big chunk play.
Yeah, definitely. Good job by the Ponca City defender there to go ahead and wrap him up right away. But you still get a 3-yard gain. That's a great play for 1st down.
So it's going to be 2nd down for the Hornets after positive yardage. 2nd and 7 from their 36. Boone has the snap. Here's the option once again. He's going to basically pivot and try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, that's not how you run the option, Kirk. I mean,
I don't think that's how they drew it up.
We've seen some new stuff. The rule is on an option play, if the quarterback sees that the person he's optioning off of basically is staying with him and there's too many numbers, you got to just get what you can get and live to play another day, Kirk.
Yeah, so 3rd and 7 again. Let's see what the Hornets do. And a manageable 3rd and long, but 3rd and long nonetheless.
3 wide receivers to the top side for the Hornets. Boone looking to his right, has a wide receiver here to the near side. The pass was intended for number 4, Micah Tees, but it's a contested play, and the pass was knocked down, so that's going to be incomplete, bringing up 4th down for the Hornets, and Coach Jonathan Brown immediately has Jackson Marsh coming to the game for the punt. Kirk, it was a drive that, it got started. We got a 1st down out of it. But it seems as though Ponca City is giving the Hornets some things to think about in regards to moving the football tonight.
Yeah, I think what they've seen, obviously, with the speed that we have, you come out, it can be a little – there can be some shell shock early on, but they've settled in, obviously, and made this more of a game when earlier it was looking like a runaway. So credit them; they've definitely figured some things out. And the Hornets again got to play sound, execute here on the punt, and then come out on defense and do a good job here. But here we go. Obviously, starting out with a delay of game, this is not exactly where you take one on purpose either.
So the Hornets get a delay of game penalty, so it's going to back them up a little bit. This could be just a test for Jackson Marsh, Kirk. It just could be a test for the coach to see if they can pin him deep.
Yeah, let's just test the leg, right?
So he's going to have a leg heat check for Jackson Marsh. He's going to be basically receiving this punt inside the 20-yard line of his end of the field, and we'll see how deep he can get the boot off.
Gonna bring it in tight.
Here's the snap. It's high. Almost got over him, but Marsh is going to be able to get it off. It's a wobbly punt, but it's positive. Going to be fielded by number 3 for the Ponca City Wildcats, who tries to make a move, but he's immediately taken down by running back Ethan Washington. That's Grant Harmon, the Ponca City running back who fielded the punt, and Ethan Washington was shot out of a cannon and down there to field it. Once again, Kirk, he stayed in his lane, broke down. No matter what Grant Harmon tried to do, all he had to do was make contact, wrap up, and tackle.
Yeah, no, he did a great job. Great job to Jackson Marsh there to, a little high snap. Jackson does a great job to get the ball, take his time, not panic, and get a good, decent punt off. So the Hornets at least keep, Ponca City in Ponca City territory. Again, great, just like you said, great job by Ethan Washington. It's a big open field tackle because typically, broken plays like that, kind of scrambles, that's when you tend to see a lot of big returns.
Don't
so
run your lanes. You don't stay disciplined. I mean, the thing is, Hornet fans, you have to understand is that when you're on punt coverage team, you're trying to run down the field in a straight line of where you lined up. So we've got a penalty flag on the play. Not sure what the penalty flag is, but it looks like, Hornets, that this penalty looks like this penalty is going to back the Hornets up where they're going to have to re-kick. I never saw a flag, Kirk. Did you see a flag?
No, I didn't see one either. I thought I saw Dion McKinney talking with the ref, looking upset, and I was thinking maybe he got held or he got, hit after the play or something, but I don't know, maybe he was upset about a hold on him, but, well.
So we went one way, and now we're going the other way. We haven't had the ball set just yet. So either the chain crew or the referees didn't know the previous line of scrimmage. Head coach Jonathan Brown is getting some description of what's going on. It's which way do we go by the officiating crew, but it looks like they know where they want to have the Hornets snap the ball from. So Jackson Marsh, instead of being inside the 20, is now inside his 10-yard line. Jackson Marsh is ready for the snap. Snap is back, low but received. Marsh gets it off. It's a high punt. It's going to get into Ponca City territory, but fielded once again by number 3. Once again, Hornets get down there quickly, and number 3, Grant Harmon, is taken down. Tried to get the corner. I'd say it got about 10 yards on the return there, Kurt.
Not a bad return there, and so Ponca's going to start from inside Hornet territory again for back-to-back drives. I think we had our man Isaac Fain there, on the tackle, so they're going to
backup quarterback, Isaac
Fain.
Yeah. Let's not forget
the nasty
backup quarterback Isaac Fain. So with 4 minutes and 24 seconds, we need to ask the Hornet defense to hold right here because they are, I will say, nursing a 13-3 lead. Wildcats break the huddle with 2 wide receivers here to the near side. Here's an inside give to the left to number 2, Blake Bristow, and he tries to spin off and get positive yardage, but it looks like he was taken down. Is that Isaac Fain?
That's our man.
That's nasty backup quarterback / strong safety, Isaac Fain, who comes up quickly and makes a good, sure tackle of the running back, so it's a loss of 1 yard, Kurt.
Great job there by Isaac again. Lost one and put him down again behind schedule. 2nd 11, and again, Ponca's not built to play from behind the chains.
So Fain comes from his strong safety position or a drop down double high safety position. Bartlesville snaps it, rolling to the right. He's looking right. Got a man trying to break on the outcut, and there's the flag. The pass was intended for number 1, Lane Sholey. Lane Sholey, a 6', 170-pound wide receiver, was the intended receiver who was running the post flag route. Basically, he comes downfield running toward the goal post, and then he cuts back towards the end zone flag. And on the double coverage, he ran into a Hornet. So with Hornets impeding his ability to finish the route, they are flagged for pass interference. It's going to be an automatic first down for the Wildcats. Now, once again, clock is an issue. 3 minutes, 37 seconds left in the half. Ball is getting deeper inside Hornet territory at their 31-yard line. Ponca City Wildcats trying to put their second score on the board.
We got a quick correction. That was number 9, not 8, Isaac Fain. That was number 9, Dalen Mays, on that previous play there. We don't want Dalen's mom mad at us.
All right.
Make sure we get it right.
Here's a handoff off the left side once again to number 2, Grant Harmon. And I apologize, Dalen Mays. Dalen Mays is a junior, 6'1", 165 pounds. Does play a little quarterback from what I see here, but he's coming up from that strong safety or drop-down safety position, and he's making some good sure tackles. So, Mr. Mays, welcome to the Booker T. Washington football broadcast.
Welcome to the party, yes, sir.
So we've got second down, Hornets. Second down with about 8 yards from the Hornet 29-yard line for the Ponca City Wildcats. Trying to draw the Hornets off sides, and the first quarterback getting the other team to jump is not from Lathan Boone. It's from number 4, Tay Moore tonight, fans.
All right, Lathan will get his next drive. You watch. He doesn't like when people come in here and take his move.
Absolutely. So it's going to be second down and 3 for the Ponca City Wildcats. They're matriculating into Hornet territory late in the second quarter. In the Tay Moore in the pistol formation, it's a handoff. This time he takes it right but cuts it back left. The room, Kirk, has been on the left side for Ponca City. That's an adjustment our Hornet coaching staff is going to have to make going into the second half because they've had success running left.
Yeah, they have, and we'll see. And the Hornets have done a good job with halftime adjustments. So the key here is, can you get out of this with no more than 3 points?
Clock is running, 2 minutes, 37 seconds left in the half. Ponca City Wildcats heading south. They've got the ball first down at the Booker T. Washington 19-yard line. They break formation. Now they're in the pistol. H-back in motion. Here's a give up the right side. Bristow had a wide open running lane to the outside, but he chooses to keep it in. He does get positive yardage. He's going to be good enough for a first down. Wildcats are scrimmaging quickly. Clock running down. Looks like they're going to run the same play. Mays tries to go to the right again, and Bristow jumps into the end zone. Touchdown, Ponca City Wildcats. And Kirk, they're fired up over there.
Yeah, definitely. They're fired up, and the Hornets have allowed them to get back in this game. You had a chance to really, take a 3-touchdown lead early on, and again, I think you got lax, you got sloppy, and now you got a game on your hands.
You have a football game on your hands, Kirk, and that's a nice run there by Blake Bristow, who on the previous play ran the same thing. He took the ball, the inside handoff to the right side. We've been talking about how much success he's had to the left. The Hornets get laxed, and Bristow basically dives into the end zone. The snap is down. It's high, but it's down. The kick is up, and it's going to be good. With 2 minutes, 13 seconds left in the half, your Booker T. Washington Hornets 13, Ponca City Wildcats 10.
And you got a fired up Coach Brown on the sideline there, getting his defense off the field, trying to get him fired up. But hey, if a 13-10 game doesn't get you fired up, I don't know what will.
13-10 game doesn't get you fired up. You got 2 minutes and 13 seconds left, Kirk. Now, if you're Tom Brady, you say there's too much time on the clock.
Yeah.
Can we say the same for Lathan Boone?
Absolutely, yeah. 2 minutes, 13 seconds for this offense. If they can quit with the penalties, is an eternity. Now, if it's 5 yards forward, 10 yards back, then that's a different story.
You had to bring me down.
I did.
I'm ready to make some calls for a nice 2-minute drive here. Here's a deep kick by the Wildcats, taking returnable inside the 5-yard line, coming to the near side. Here's a cut up. He's got an alley, tries to set a man up. Deion McKinney Jr. with it. Going to be a great return. Going to be able to get all the way into Ponca City territory, and we're going to get some more with a little extracurricular after the man goes out of bounds. Looks like we're going to have a personal foul of a little bit extra on the tackle. Deion McKinney Jr. basically caught it at about the 4-yard line, Kirk. And if you weren't set up before, you're set up now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how you do it right there. And yeah, we should get a 15-yard penalty. You know, nothing dirty. Just kind of just took it a little too far. Just a little too far. Yeah. Yeah, but we'll take it absolutely. So we already got 55-yard return, 50-yard return, and now we're gonna add another 15 on top of that. So plenty of time now. If you're the Hornets, plenty of time to get in the end zone.
So if the Hornet coaching staff was wondering how they were going to approach this before the ball was kicked, they now know you're trying to put up points.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you want to get out of here with 7. Get at, kind of stretch that lead back out. You get yourself at 20-10 going into half, obviously, and we say that. We've got to see how much time gets left if they do score here.
So the Hornets are going to scrimmage from the Ponca City Wildcat 29-yard line. Lathan Boone in the pistol formation with Ethan Washington to his right. 3 wide receivers to the high side. Boone looks back, fakes the throw. He's going to finally be wrapped up. He wasn't really sure where he wanted to go with it. Number 25, that's Jaden King, was in the flat, Kirk. Nobody was there, but Boone chose not to go to him. And for the first time tonight, the Ponca City Wildcat pass rush got to him.
Yeah, they did. And I think they had some guys in the passing lane, which he decided to go ahead and bring it down and try to make something out of nothing. But, yeah, unfortunately, the Hornets behind the sticks.
Boone takes the shotgun snap. He's looking to his right. He guns it. Ball's a little high. Ball pass intended for number 11, Jordan Drew. And basically you had a guy that ran across his face, but Drew got 2 hands on it, didn't bring it in, tried to make the catch after the tip, but can't bring it down. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 15. 1 minute, 27 seconds left.
Looks like on the far sideline there, top of the screen.
Thank you for telling me that, Kurt. Looks like you're going to have an illegal shift by the Hornets. This is going to basically back the Hornets up, and it's exactly what you talked about, Kirk. Tom Brady doesn't have these penalties.
No, he doesn't. We'll see what now. So it's interesting. So you're still 2nd down. Obviously, like I say, you have an explosive offense. So you can see what you do here.
Still really 2nd down.
A little bit high by Lathan on that last one, but he was putting that over defender. Not a bad throw. It was catchable. Not as easy as we'd like it to be, but
still second down and still time to do it. Going to be 2nd and 20, however, for Lathan Boone. He's in the pistol.
Yeah, we got another penalty.
2 guys in motion, swings it out to Ethan Washington, but this play is going to be blown dead before it could even start. Looks like the Hornets are going to be backed up once again. Kirk, go ahead. You can't go.
On that one. You can't go 5 yards forward, 10 yards back.
And you can't go 5 yards back and then go 10 yards back. Right. So once again, the Hornets have it in the wrong gear. 1 minute, 24 seconds left in the half. The Hornets were set up at the Ponca City Wildcat 39-yard line on a kickoff return after Ponca City scored. Hornets now are going to be able to scrimmage 2nd and 25.
It's only 2nd down, though.
It is 2nd down. Boone takes the snap. He's looking. He's going to throw it to the middle of the field. Has a man. The ball is tipped and not able to bring it in. The pass intended for Deion McKinney Jr. Boone is comfortable in the pocket, and he's picking his spots. The thing about it is, Kirk, the way Ponca City is defending, he's throwing it really and truly about 2 steps too early. If he lets Deion McKinney keep running to the boundary, there's no wash in the middle of the field. The linebackers were in the middle of the field, not to the outside. 3rd down and 25 from the Ponca City Wildcat 43-yard line. Ethan Washington swings wide to his right. Boone going to keep it. Quarterback draw. Boone's going to be brought down at the Ponca City Wildcat 36-yard line. So now we've got a decision with the clock rolling to about a minute left in the half. It's 4th down and 25. Coach Jonathan Brown and offensive coordinator Ward White are putting in the signals. Hornets are going to basically go for it here. 3 wide receivers to the far right. Micah T's here double covered to the near side.
Be a good time to get a jump off sides if we could, make this a little more manageable.
Boone's going to take the snap, going to go for it all, put some air up under it. He's got a man, got a defender right there, and the ball is a little bit short, not deep enough in order to make it to the defender over there. Jordan Drew was the intended receiver, and Kirk, I thought we had something on that, but the ball wasn't thrown long enough, and so the Hornets have now turned it over on downs with 29.6 seconds left, and Kirk, I got to be honest, this game is taking a turn.
Absolutely. Yeah, like I said, I mean, we come out and it looks like it might be another, easy Hornet victory like we've been used to seeing thus far. But, credit Ponca City. They dug down, kind of settled down a little bit and started making some plays. Obviously, penalties of our own have had a lot to do with it, but, credit them for capitalizing. And, again, how big is that stop on their first touchdown, keeping them to a field goal instead of a touchdown?
Absolutely, because if you don't stop them that first time for Ponca City when we thought they might have needed to go for it, we could be down by one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 29.6 seconds left. Looks like the Wildcats are going to basically snap it and take a knee. The clock is going to run out for the first half. An interesting first half, Hornet fans. Here from S.E. Williams, home of the Booker T. Washington Hornets, we've got your Hornets 13. Our guest tonight, the Ponca City Wildcats 10. Kirk Hayes and I are going to take a little bit of a break to try to analyze what we've seen, and we're going to be back to give you the second half of Hornet football. Once again, thank you for watching Booker T. Washington Hornet football from S.E. Williams Stadium.
excellence and precision. Known for its stellar stereophonic sound, kaleidoscope precision drills, the band moves down the field in a series of geometrical patterns, demonstrating their marching expertise, star quality showmanship. Bring your eyes to the 50-yard line for the sensational twirling skills of the unique flags as the band plays Lovely Thing by Cut Close. Turn up T Connection. Give it up for the unique flag. As the band continues its intricate displays of soulful pageantry, witness the duplicity and twirling artistry articulated by the magnificent elite Majos. These artists have a twirling skill like no other. Twirling to the tune, We Can Fall in Love by Estelle. Give it up for the elite Majos. You'll be mesmerized by these next set of ladies. Hold on to your seat. Focus your eyes to the rhythm and the beat as I present the often imitated, never duplicated essence of sophistication in class. It is the perfection of the T Connection. This is I Don't Want to Lose Your Love by BNGB. Give it up for perfection. Ladies and gentlemen, The T-Connection Band is under the leadership of Band Director Mr. Harold Craig, Assistant Band Director Mr. Ricky Washington, and Auxiliary Sponsor Ms. Dorothy Blakey. This has been a Booker T. Washington T-Connection production. All rights reserved. Thank you and good night.
Well, Hornet fans, we are back. And I'm not going to lie to you. I never want to lie to you, Hornet fans. As I sit here right now, high above S.E. Williams Stadium, I have to be perfectly honest. I'm a little worried. First half of football, first quarter of football, your Hornets come out, look stellar, look like they were going to do what needed to be done to get this game over with early. But midpoint in the first quarter and all of the second quarter, we have been besieged by penalties. And I'm talking about penalties that have been on of our own accord. For every 5 yards forward, we've gone 10 yards back. I'm sitting here with Kirk Jones, and I think both of us are a little shell-shocked right now. In the 2 years we've been doing games, I don't think we've ever seen the momentum shift like this, Kirk, in a game, which is almost inexplicable because everything we've done has been self-inflicted.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, we've seen, penalties kill a drive and kind of throw us out of rhythm or whatever. We get back on track to
penalties
see
kill a quarter.
Right. Yes. Exactly. Right. So to come out red hot and then just completely go the other way, because obviously the Choctaw game was plenty of penalties, but that was all game. We really never got going in that game at all. Here we come out on fire again. We look like we're going to be doing
score on opening drive.
Yeah, we're looking like another half 100 on the scoreboard, and then all of a sudden, we're in a game. We're in a 3-point game, and it's only 3 because we did get a goal line stand to force them to kick a field goal. But like I said, this game, for what felt like it was going to be about 28-0 at halftime, now you're at 13-10, and you've got a real battle on your hands. And honestly, I mean, and it's not a bad thing, but it's going to be very interesting to see how they come out and respond, because again, you're coming up on, you got a very tough season finale. You got playoffs coming up. You got Muskogee next week. I mean, it's good to be tested, but we're going to see what they're made of and see what adjustments they make here in the second half.
Well, to keep the focus still on tonight, Kirk, we talked in the open about Ponca City having a sophomore quarterback who, by all accounts, looks to have a very good high school career, but he's still young. And we have given a young man enough confidence in the way we have played. Nothing to do with how we have played him, but just the way we have played. And I'm talking about on the offensive side of the ball. You've given a young quarterback who may not be ready to be asked to carry a squad for 4 quarters against a Booker T. But what we have done of our ineptness on offense has given, I feel, Tay Moore confidence to say, you know what? I might be able to go get one tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. The longer you let it go, the more confidence he's going to get. And again, he's a good athlete. He's been really dangerous on the run. Again, if you can get him into the second and long, third and long, and force him to throw, that's what you want for the Hornet defense. But again, the longer you let him gain confidence and stick around, that's when you're going to have trouble.
And I guess, Kirk, in a conversation with a coach, I was talking about another football game I was watching, and the coach was mentioning how, there are times where your quarterback is not playing well. But if the other team doesn't put points on the board, it allows your quarterback to settle in, get more comfortable. In a lot of situations, it's just a play. It's just one play, and it can be a nondescript play. It doesn't have to be a bomb. It doesn't have to be, a strike. It can be something to just get his rhythm on getting his mechanics, his footwork, his reads, his cadence of calling the snap. Any of those things can take a quarterback from someone that wasn't giving you much to now he's the biggest asset that you have to win a ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got a great one, right? We got Lathan Boone on our side, and so again we can do things on our side. But again, same thing with them. If they continue to give Tay time to settle in and make that big play, that's when you're in trouble. So again, the Hornets need to come out. We come out on defense. Need to come out and get a stop, and then let's get the offense and let's try to put some points on the board. Let's see if we can come out as strong here in the second half as we did in the first half.
So now as we get ready to start the half, Hornet fans, we're looking for adjustments. We're looking for what Jonathan Brown and his staff have gone into the locker room inside of the Nathan E. Harris Fieldhouse and basically analyzed and discussed with his football team to say, after a week of practice that we just said that we were going to do X, now we need to do Y to get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. The first drive is critical, right? This first drive, out of the gate, come out, get a stop, set the tone, and let them know that, this is over. The penalties are over. The mistakes are over. We're going to come back and we're going to assert ourselves. Absolutely.
It's 0-0. So Jackson Marsh is ready to kick off. I've got some other 6A2 scores. Try to roll them off here once we get this kickoff started. Jackson Marsh approaches the ball to the south, kicks it high, and the ball is going to settle in at about the 15-yard line for the Ponca City Wildcats. They take it, and number 3, Grant Harmon, receives it and gets a few yards. So before the Ponca City Wildcats are able to scrimmage, let me run down some scores. At the half, the Bixby Spartans 49, Muskogee Ruffers, who the Hornets take on next week, 0. At the half, the Deer Creek Antlers 21, the Dell City Eagles 7. At the half, the Pryor Tigers 29, Sapulpa Chieftains 14. At the half, the Midwest City Bombers 6, the Putnam City North Panthers 17. At the half, Sand Springs Sandites 14, Choctaw Yellow Jackets have righted the ship and have now taken a 28-14 lead. Here at SC Williams, the Ponca City Wildcats break the huddle. They've got 2 wide receivers and a tight end to the wide side. Ball is snapped, but we've got a flag on the play. Let's hope it's not on the Hornets.
I think this one for once won't be on us.
And Kirk, you are correct. We finally got the false start on the Ponca City Wildcats, so they're going to be backed up 5 yards. As we've been calling all night, number 4, Tay Moore, the sophomore quarterback, 5'9", 166 pounds, is leading the Ponca City Wildcats from scrimmage. We're early in the second half, third quarter. Your Hornets 13, Ponca City Wildcats 10. Hornets got the Wildcats behind the sticks, and this is what you need, Kirk. Young quarterback who yes, he may have some confidence, but now he's behind the sticks.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what you want. And again, the Hornet defense can do a good job, putting pressure on if you do get him in obvious passing situations, because again, that's not where he wants to be.
Taymor takes a snap. Here's an inside give, trying to go left, but number 62, big Elias Sherman, the junior, who's 6'2" and 265 pounds, is right there. Not only did he tackle the running back, Kirk, but he took the offensive lineman that was trying to block him down also. Another loss on the play. Ponca City has now been backed up. It's going to be third down and 17 for the Wildcats. Second down and 16 from the 23-yard line. Now you've got the Wildcats going in reverse, Kirk.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what you want. So again, you got them off script now. First 15, you can still run it here. We'll see if they run, but again, you want to get them to pass. If you get them passing on third down, that's where you want them.
Tay Moore gets the snap, rolls to his right. He looks. He might have had somebody, but doesn't have anything. He tries to reverse field and get back to his left. He's going to be hit by a host of Hornets and taken down hard. Tay Moore couldn't escape the Hornet blitz, and although he got some positive yardage, he's still going to be behind the original sticks. It's going to be a long third down awaiting the Ponca City Wildcats. Now that's how you get to the ball, rally to the ball, and take it down, Kirk.
Absolutely. Great job there. Great job there. Gentry Williams, number 22, Keanu White in there on the play. And now you get them, like I say, third and long. You got Gentry patrolling, roaming the secondary. This is what you want.
Obvious passing down for the Ponca City Wildcats, who got 2 wide receivers and a H-back in tight. Taymor takes it. He's looking left, tries to gun it. Quick throw, but the eyes were watched tight by number 10, Isaac Covington, and he got his hands on it, Kirk. Now that was getting ready to be a pick six walk into the end zone, and let me tell you, he had that one. Luckily, Taymor, let's give him credit, he had some smoke on that ball, and it was enough that it would bounce off the hands of Covington. But it's an obvious punting situation for the Wildcats. That's how you start the half, Kirk.
Yeah, great job, Isaac Covington. Again, one of the heroes of the game last year, sealing it with the touchdown run. So great job, great defensive play by him. Couldn't quite finish off, but hey, we'll take it. We'll take the punt.
So punting from inside their own red zone is the Ponca City Wildcats. Here's a kick that will be returnable. This time it's fielded by number 6, Deion McKinney Jr., looking to make some shakes and some bakes, but he gets positive yardage into the middle of the field, and he almost makes it to midfield, but he's going to be taken down at about the 47-yard line of the Hornets. The Hornet offense is coming onto the field for the first time this half, Kirk, and as much as we may have sounded the alarm to the Hornet fans, That's how you come out and start the half.
Absolutely. Let's see if the offense can respond. Good job on the punt. There was a couple of chances there, a couple of plays where you kind of easy to see a block in the back or clip. So really disciplined and not get a block in the back on that, and a good, solid run. You know, nothing crazy, but you know, you got a great field position. You're just on our side of the 50, and you know, here we go.
Excuse me, Kirk. So Lathan Boone is ready to lead the Hornet offense with 2 wide receivers and an H-back here to the near side. Boone's got it. He's going to give the handout to Ethan Washington up to the middle of the field. Looks to break one-man miss. He's hit, but he's still running hard. And Ethan Washington's going to be taken down in Ponca City Wildcat territory. And he springs up because he know he did something right there. Beautiful run by Ethan Washington for a Hornet first down. Kirk, Hornets on the move.
Hurry it up here and try to keep the momentum. Let's go.
Hornets going tempo. Here's the snap to Lathan Boone. Once again to Washington, who cuts back to the left, tries to get it to the middle of the field. Basically, he's held up and stopped, but he's running with power. Going to be a positive run. Looks like he got about 5 yards, Kirk. And this is how you come out and show your dominance. You know you've got the better players. You got to just use them.
Absolutely. You're getting the crowd into it. You're getting some momentum. You're getting some momentum. You need to go ahead and finish this drive off. 5
positive yards. Going to be 2nd and 5 for the Hornets. The Hornets are going to slow down the momentum and go and check with me. They've got number 13, Ryan Anderson, in the flex position to the left. 2 wide receivers out far to the right. Jordan Drew, who's here to the right, and the pass is going to be quick to him. Looks to make a man miss, and he does. Cuts back, breaks another tackle, and Jordan Drew shows the burst. We know it's there. Touchdown, Hornets. Beautiful catch and run, Kirk. We've been waiting for it all night.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've been waiting for it all night.
Absolutely. A little bit slow first half for Jordan Drew. Great job there to come out the first drive, make 3 guys miss. You know, he took a simple screen pass. That was really designed to get the first down, right? That was all Jordan Drew.
Well, it's really designed, Kirk, to try to make the first guy miss and get whatever you can.
Yeah, but not the second, the third, and the fourth.
and the 5th guy you just outran.
That's right.
Jordan Drew with a beautiful catch and run, but really the run after catch is what made that play. Jackson Marsh in for the point after touchdown conversion. The snap is back and down. Jackson Marsh has converted, and with 9 minutes and 19 seconds left in the third quarter, it's your Booker T. Washington Hornets extending the lead to 20 over the Ponca City Wildcats 10. And Kirk, you know, we were negative. And we needed to be, because the way we finished that second quarter was not Hornet football.
They didn't give us much to be positive about.
That was not Hornet football in the second quarter. But to come out the way you did on defense and to turn it back around on offense and then let one of your skilled guys show some skill, that's the type of football you got to play at this time of year.
Just get in the playmakers' hands, let them make plays. Good job of the offensive line on that drive. Supposedly it's some great runs. Ethan ran great on that drive. But hey, you know what? We saw the game start this way, right? We need to come out on this defense. Needs to come out and get another stop, right? And get it back in the offense's hands. And again, continue the same thing. Move the ball forward and don't take it back with penalties.
Absolutely. So Jackson Marsh is ready to kick off after the touchdown. I mean, the Hornets get the ball back after a 3-and-out by the Ponca City Wildcats, and they mean business by putting points up on the business end of the scoreboard. Marsh approaches it. Gonna kick it high once again. This once again is gonna be catchable and returnable at the 15-yard line. Number 3, once again, Grant Harmon has it, and true to form, he's wrapped up by a host of Hornets. He's still on his feet. He's fighting. Finally taken down. So he's going to catch it at the 15 and finally be taken down at the 35-yard line of the Ponca City Wildcats. He gets positive yards, Kirk, but I'm starting to understand the mentality of Coach Jonathan Brown on something like this. He's trying to give himself every opportunity to get a fumble.
Yep.
Or let guys get down there and get a hard hit on somebody.
Yeah, and Jackson's been doing a great job. He's got some great air on his pooch kicks here. Particularly the 2 in this half. So, no, he's done a great job. And, yeah, when you can do that, get your guys down there, it does give you a chance to make a play.
So the Ponca City Wildcats are going to scrimmage for the second time here in the second half. Number 4, Tay Moore, the sophomore quarterback, helming the offense for the Wildcats. He's in the pistol formation with 2 wide receivers to the left. Double motion. Looks like quarterback run. Absolutely going to take it, try to run over the right-hand side. Doesn't have anything. He's going to be pushed back, and he's just pushed back and pushed out, and it's going to be a loss on the play. The Hornets were not fooled on the left side of the ball, Kirk, that basically with that pre-snap motion, bringing a running back into a blocking position, they knew it was quarterback run, and then it was basically get a yard up the field and read and make a play.
And you can see it, for the fans watching, you can see Gentry, Micah communicating with each other. They did a good job understanding, knowing what to do, and that's a great job by Coach Brown, who's also your defensive coordinator, having these guys ready for this game.
So one of the things to notice, Hornet fans, is that wherever you see Gentry Williams on the field, he's our last man back. I mean, it's Gentry's responsibility to notice what the formation is and who can get behind him and then make sure nobody does. Right now, he's rolled down. Gentry Williams is 6 yards off the ball. Now he backs up a little bit, but here's an inside handoff once again by Ponca City. The handoff to number 2, Blake Bristow, who's been the workhorse back for the Wildcats, but plenty of Hornets there. All night long, the formula has been for our defensive line to get penetration, allow our multitude of linebackers and strong safeties and free safeties and safeties to basically come up, clean up, and take people down.
Yeah, occupy your guy right. Let your speedy defenders get out on the perimeter and make plays. So here we go again, 3rd and long. This is where you want them. Let's see what the Hornets do.
This is exactly where you want to keep the young quarterback in 3rd and long situations. Now we've got 2 safeties high. Mays has the snap. He's looking to his left. Takes a deep drop. Going to try to throw it long. Plenty of people there for the Hornets. Going to be intercepted by Gentry Williams, and he's trying to get something down the near side of the field. He's got a wall. He's going to be able to cut it back. If he gets a lane, he can score, but Gentry Williams, after the interception, is going to be taken down inside the red zone. Gentry Williams, Booker T. Washington, 4-star safety committed to the University of Oklahoma, has gotten an interception and taken it down for the Hornets. The second half is playing true to form for Hornet football.
They might be able to use them this year in their secondary.
That would be true. But we'll talk about that later, Kirk.
Yeah. We got the rest of the senior season here with us. So great play by Gentry Williams. He was right there again. That's what he's there for. You had 2 high safeties on that, but like I say, he lobbed that up. I mean, Gentry was waiting on it.
Sure.
What a play too, to catch it, then hurdle over the guy that fell at his feet.
That's a throw. That's a throw by Moore. He should want back. Here's the jet sweep to Deion McKinney Jr. He's going to be taken down for a loss and pulled down. That particular pre-snap motion has been snuffed out by a lot of folks. People can recognize the pre-snap wide receiver or the slot back motion is going to be, jet sweep, and there's really no flow. And what I'm saying to you, Hornet fans, is that in many instances you want the flow of the offensive and defensive line to go one way so that the jet sweep can go the opposite way. But because so many people recognize the pre-snap motion, everybody's thinking, okay, he's running in this situation right, I'm going to run right. Yeah. And then it's basically defenders getting into the gaps, and there's just not enough Hornets to block the people that are coming upfield for the defense.
Yeah, great job by Ponca again. Yeah, kind of set up, they played it well, and again, then put you in 2nd and long here. Got a Ponca City player down here, so we'll go ahead and check to see. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like he is getting up.
Ponca City player is going to be slow to get up. And, Kirk, that's one of those situations when I'm talking about flow, obviously the Hornets know that we're trying to go left. And, it becomes one of those situations where, even the offensive guys are kind of headhunting, finding somebody to block that's basically coming the way that they're trying to run. And it looks like he got his bell rung real quick. So looks like it's Motrin time. That's number 34 for the Ponca City Wildcats. That's Rayton A.G. He's a junior running back, linebacker, 5'10", 166 pounds. So the Hornets have the ball. A loss on the play, going to be 2nd and 15 from the Ponca City 18. Here's the jet sweep, action to option action. Boone's going to take it left. He's got the edge. He's got the corner. Touchdown, Hornets. Lathan Boone runs it in. Nice Canadian football jet sweep option play to the left. Deion McKinney Jr. was the running back that was there for the option. Even with the pre-snap motion, Lathan Boone had a walled-off left side to run behind Kirk and then make one stutter step, and he's to the pylon.
Yeah, great job. The fake pitch was nice. Now he's been really really good on the keepers this season, and like I say, great job there. And we saw a lot in the first half, right, with him running the ball, and he made some dangerous pitches a couple times, but that fake pitch, that's what it does when they know you'll pitch at any point. that fake is that much trouble.
Because the discipline by the defender, if they've got pitch man, they got to stay with pitch man.
Right.
I mean, you let the quarterback run by you because your responsibility is the pitch man. So Jackson Marsh with the snap down, good. Kick is up, and it's good. 6 minutes, 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets take a 27-10 lead over the visitors tonight, the Ponca City Wildcats. Hornet fans, when you're heading home after the game, head on in to Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Cane's fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers and sauce is the perfect way to feed your post-game appetite. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love for the Booker T. Washington Hornets. Kirk? Well, we had our dauber down a little bit. We were getting a little disgruntled, a little disheveled, a little disgusted. But the Hornets come out and do this business in the second half. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. They've come out strong, and again, it's still early, right? We still got 6 minutes in the third, so let's see if they can continue it, right? Unlike first half where we did the same thing, start strong and then get sloppy. So what they got to do is stay focused, stay away from the sloppy play, and we should be just fine. But we talked with Lathan, keeping that one, the fake pitch and all is nice. Let's not forget he's running through tackles, right? You can't arm tackle Lathan Boone, right?
Yeah,
don't be fooled. He ran through some arm tackles there and does a great job to fight and get in the end zone.
I would love to talk to Coach Jonathan Brown after the game just to ask one question about how he feels about the effort and the fire of the Hornets after the way we ended the first half. Jackson Marsh approaches it, and once again on cue, he kicks it high, this time taking it about the 19-yard line. This time number 8 tries to break it to the wide side of the field, but Kirk, once again, Hornet players on kickoff return or kickoff coverage are running straight down the field in their lanes, and no matter what he did, there's somebody there.
Yeah, great tackle there by Dalen Mays. They haven't had success really staying on that side of the field, so he tries to take it across. And again, with our speed, as long as we're disciplined, stay in our lanes, you're not going to beat us to the outside. So, and credit Jackson Marsh, he's done a beautiful job. I mean, that ball, it's right on the sideline. Here's it's there where if you let it drop, it might go out of bounds.
Yep.
But you can't afford to let it drop.
You can't assume to let it drop.
Right by the sideline, yeah. So he's doing a great job.
Yep.
Again, I'm with you. I'd rather just see it out of the back of the end zone, but I understand where they're coming from. And again, as long as you can execute it, yeah, it works really well.
So Tay Moore here, Jet Sweet fakes it. He's going to take it and try to run to the right-hand side, but he's hit after basically gaining about a half of a yard. Number 1, Demetrius Prudhomme and Gentry Williams coming down from the safety position. I call that head hunting, Kirk. When you're coming down from 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage and you're hitting the quarterback, hello.
He wants to let you know he can do it all back there.
So a gain of about 3 on the play, but Taylor Moore had to earn all of it. Ponca City's going to break the huddle from their own 35-yard line. 2 wide receivers, Sholey and Cunningham to the right. H-back in motion. Here's a handoff to Mays. Bristow, number 2. He tries to run it to the right, but plenty of Hornets here. Once again, it's Gentry Williams coming down like he got shot out of a cannon from the safety spot. So it's going to be 3rd down, and there was no gain. I mean, you got your safety coming in, cleaning up a running play, Kirk.
Well, when your safety's that fast, they can do that.
You don't need to be 4-3, but being 4-4 doesn't hurt.
Not at all. I mean, like I said, we talked about at the beginning of the season. He's got track speed, right? Not just football speed, track speed. He's a very talented athlete, and that shows.
So
right
Moore
there.
going to drop back and try to put some air up under it. 2 Hornets in coverage. This time it's going to be basically picked off by the Hornets. A flag on the play. He's trying to get a wall. The intercepting Hornet is Jaden King. He's got it, trying to make a return. Basically, he's trying to go over somebody, a la Ethan Washington. Going to be taken down in Ponca City territory, but it looks like this return is going to come back, Kurt.
Yeah, and I think the pick itself may be coming back as well. I think they're going to get for pass interference, so we're going to go from 3rd and long, get the ball, to First down for
the
Wildcats.
pass interference, if anything, was basically the hand fighting
Yeah.
by Jaden King of just not. I mean, the ball is overthrown.
Yeah.
I mean, for where he was, all he's got to do is become the receiver.
Yep.
But he puts his hands on the wide receiver, you know, to either let him know he's there or for whatever reason, and that's PI.
Yeah, and I'll be honest and stuff because I think if anything, it was more him falling down than us pushing him down. But again, if you got contact, you're going to allow those kinds of things to happen. So,
And hey, as a wide receiver will tell you, don't touch me.
right?
Do not touch me.
Heaven forbid.
If you touch me, I will take a first down from you. So the Wildcats pick up the first down after the penalty. Here's the zone read handoff fake, trying to throw to the near side. The pass is caught by number 20, Gavin Cunningham, his first reception of the night. However, it's out of the field of play, so that pass will be incomplete. And Kirk, you can see that Tay Moore, there are some things he can do. There are some things he can do. I guess we're hearing that there's a flag on the play. The Black Hat is talking to Coach Jonathan Brown right now. It looks like it may be against the Ponca City Wildcats, and it is.
Being assessed against the Wildcats.
Basically, Ponca City's going to have an eligible player downfield, so that's going to move the Wildcats back 5 yards. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Booker T. Washington Hornets 27, Ponca City Booker T. Washington Hornets 27, Ponca City Wildcats are 10. Ponca City going to break the huddle and hand off inside to Blake Bristow, and he spins forward for a little bit. And Kirk, it seemed like Ponca City was trying to open it up a little bit, maybe feeling the pressure of being down 17 points quickly, you know, kind of that fighter that's starting to think to himself, the only way I can win is a knockout. But things don't go their way. They still have the football.
Right.
They get a first down via a penalty, but now it seems like they're kind of reining themselves back in, getting more reserved.
Yeah, and they've got time. They do. They need to stick with what they do. They're not in desperation mode yet because, again, as we've seen with Gentry's interception, what Jaden should have, could have been an interception as well. If they start doing this, playing right into our hands.
Here's a rollout by Tamor, who has a man, but this pass looks like it's going to be intercepted by Gentry Williams, who made a great diving interception, but there's a flag on the play. Number 10 for the Hornets, Isaac Covington, was in coverage, and it looked to me, Kirk, like Isaac Covington basically put his hand on the wide receiver because he knows he's coming over and through him to either deflect it. It's pass interference. And here's the technical aspect of it, Hornet fans. Isaac Covington has a right to the football. It's when you put your hand on the wide receiver to get to the ball. Even though you don't pick it off, it's pass interference.
Yeah, and that's a tough call because he's just going up trying to make a play. Really, like I say, at that point, it's got to become, So I think in the last, 4 throws, we got 1 interception,
and 2
callback interceptions, and great coverage by Jordan Drew over here on the sideline. That the guy made the catch, but Jordan had him where he had no place to make it but out of bounds.
So the Wildcats, after another pass interference penalty, get a first down. And now we have a stoppage in play.
Timeout. Yep.
Looks like we're going to have a timeout by Ponca City, their first one of the half. 2 minutes, 57 seconds left in the third quarter, and Ponca City is going to call a timeout. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets lead 27-10. I'll take the time to thank some more of our sponsors. Executive Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, JEK Consultant, the class of 1994 letter winners, Westview Pharmacy, Tisdale 23 Catering, who is Tiffany Tisdale Braxton, class of 2005, Kate Jones Bohannon of the Heckenkemper team in class of 1994, Coleman Miller, guaranteed rate in class of 1994. These are some of the sponsors for Hornet football that have made this possible. We thank them, and we thank all of you Hornet fans, alumni, friends, loved ones, and just those who love the orange and black for watching. It is our honor to be here and do this for you. Kirk, it was a tough end to the second half. I can't stop saying it because it was true, but now it's time for us to kind of stick a fork in it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're trying. We just can't seem to keep our hands off the receivers.
Here's an inside handoff attempt once again to the Ponca City Wildcats. And this one, number 2, Blake Bristow for his longest run of the night. And Kirk, that wasn't a pass interference penalty, but it looks like the Ponca City Wildcats are going to pick up a first down on the ground.
Yeah, Bristow's, like I said, got a little fight in him. He's pumped off his big run. So again, they're starting to feel again. We've pretty much given them all their first downs before that one, but they're starting to get a little confidence. So yeah, you want to try to shut this down.
So the Ponca City Wildcats are going to have 1st and 10 deeper in Hornet territory. And we've seen this before. When they got it deep, they just kept matriculating it down the field. Here's a quarterback run by number 4, Tay Moore, trying to run over the right side. He doesn't get much, but, Kirk, there's an old adage. If I get 3 on first down and 3 on second down and 3 on third down, I can fall for a yard. And with that play right there, quarterback run by Tay Moore, they pick up about 2, maybe 3. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 officially from the 24-yard line. Ponca City breaks their after-snap formation. Pistol formation deep. Moore with the H-back in front of him. Here's an inside run by Bristow trying to run to the right side, but he's met immediately by number 4, Micah Tees, who's coming down from the cornerback position. And Micah Tees says, Mr. Bristow, not in my house.
Yeah, great play by Tees. Perfect position. Great. Wraps him up, drives him back. And also really good when the whistle blew, he let go.
Let him go.
That's one of those plays where you've got him. It's very easy to go ahead and want to throw him down, but hey, when the whistle blew, that was it.
You make a great point, Kirk. So now it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Wildcats. And I'll say it before you say it. Is it 4-down territory, Kirk? Is it that time?
It's a 3-possession game. It depends what kind of kicker you got. That's a tough one for most high school kickers.
Tay Moore drops back. He gives a shoulder into it, and now he's going to throw it down the sideline. It's going to be deep. It's incomplete. I'm looking to make sure I don't see anything. The pass was intended for number 1, Lane Sholey, the senior, 6 foot, 170 pounds. I like the way Tay Moore, the quarterback, gave the pump fake to it and then tried to throw it. But the thing about it was there wasn't enough air up under the ball, Kirk. And with that type of coverage, there's not much that Sholey could do.
Yeah, like you said it, great coverage by Jaden King. And, yeah, now you're in 4th down. Like I said, it looks like you are going for it here again. Well, no, we got some new players coming on. What do we got?
Well, I don't see Tay Moore leaving the field, so I believe the Wildcats are going to go for it. Wildcats down by 17 points. 1 minute, 3 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. They are going to go for it. Now we've got a little bit more decision being made.
Yeah, play call.
Looks like the field goal kicker, Caden Anderson, is going to take the field for Coach Scott Harmon, and he's going to attempt a 43-yard field goal attempt from the right hash. He walks it off, steps it back. Hornets have 2 people back just in case. The snap is back down. The kick is up. Enough leg. Looks like it's going to be wide left. Wide left. He hooked it. The Hornet defense is held with 59 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. The Booker T. Washington Hornet defense was pushed back, but they bowed their neck and they were stopped. The Hornets are going to take over on downs at their 20-yard line since the ball was kicked out of the end zone. Hornets are going to scrimmage. This is going to be their 3rd possession of the 2nd half, correct, Kurt? Lathan Boone basically has 80 yards to put the Hornets back on the scoreboard, and now would be a good time to, like I say, stick the fork in and make sure they're done. Boone with Ethan Washington, now a man in motion. Here's an inside fake. Washington has it off the left side, basically tries to get outside, but he's wrestled down by big number 99, Nate Collins, a senior, 6'3", 295 pounds, but Washington got positive yards on the play, so he's going to pick up about 3 yards. Great, another good run by Ethan Washington, Kirk.
Yeah, did a good job there, and good play by the defender as well, but Ethan gets, runs strong and gets positive yardage.
Every play is not made to score.
Absolutely.
You want to pick up positive yardage. Keep your offense moving, especially when you're deep in your territory. But there's a flag on the play. I didn't see it, didn't see where it happened, Hornet fans, but when a yellow flag is on the field, it means there's some type of infraction. And this one specifically is going against the Hornets. They're going to be backed up. Personal foul is a 15-yard infraction. So now the ball is going to be backed up to the Hornet 12-yard line. So once again, we are behind the sticks, and we ought to have plays for it because tonight we've done it a lot, Kirk.
Yeah, they might need to add a few pages to the playbook.
Lathan Boone takes it. This time, once again, he does hand it out to Washington. Makes a great cut back into the middle of the field, and he's taken down at the 25. Almost a 10-yard run by Washington.
I had it at the 25. I'd like to put it back at the 25, please.
Ethan Washington with another nifty run. The footwork and the power, the quickness, Kirk. I mean, the vision has been great because that cutback surprised me, but there was space there.
Yep.
3rd and 5 for the Hornets.
3rd down and about 6 for the Hornets. Boone in pistol formation.
Play before the end of that quarter. I don't think they can run the clock out just quite.
Boone's going to have to run a play clock at 9 seconds, game clock at 8. This time he throws it out to the left-hand side. For the first time tonight, Lathan Boone has Micah Tees on the left side of the field, and it's good enough for a Hornet 1st down. So after all that motion of forward and backwards due to penalties and things of that nature, the Hornets get a 1st down.
Yeah, good job there. Good simple throw. You let your playmaker make a play, get the 1st down, and again, credit to Ethan Washington getting his yardage back that we took away with the penalty.
Tees gets out of bounds, so he leaves 3.1 seconds left on the clock before the quarter expires. Lathan Boone in pistol. Jet sweep action. Once again, this is Ethan Washington in the middle of the field, running hard, picks up a good amount of yardage. He's going to be right at the sticks for another Hornet 1st down. That's going to take us into the 4th quarter, Hornet fans. And your Booker T. Washington Hornets, number 3 in 6A2 in the state of Oklahoma, take a 27-10 lead over the visitors tonight, the Ponca City Wildcats. Kirk, you know, I got to be impressed. To say something. I've been impressed with the way Ethan Washington has run the rock tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to make the same point. And I feel like that quarter, too, in particular, just been really strong. You know, he's done a great job, just like you said, quick feet, running forward, you know, running over guys, running through guys, running around guys. He's done a great job trying to jump over guys. You know, he's done a little bit of everything. He's had a great game thus far, so it's been really good to see for him.
As we get ready to start the 4th quarter, Hornet fans, I'd like to say that the remainder of the games this season, next week, Muskogee, are here at home. If you can, please come and support. But if you can't, spread the word. We're here live for you every week. Byron Perry, myself, and my friend Kirk Jones bringing you the action of 2021 Hornet football. We're going to take you all the way home, and we're trying to get a gold ball, Kirk.
Yes, sir, absolutely. You can take one game at a time. So you got a 17-point lead going here to start the 4th quarter. Go ahead and take care of business, and you should be able to wrap this one up.
Well, there's no time to call off the dogs. Number 13, Ethan. Oh, here's another handout to Ethan Washington. Makes a cut, gets outside, finally is brought down. Another great run there by Ethan Washington. I was saying number 13, Ryan Anderson, was in motion and then basically got into H-back motion to block, but another great run. And that time, Kirk, Ethan Washington just got it and basically took it off the edge.
Absolutely. And how about the holes he's had to run through here in this second half? The offensive line's really come out and made a statement in the second half.
Offensive line has made a statement. 1st down for the Hornets in Ponca City territory. Washington's come out the game. Number 6, Deion McKinney Jr. is the running back to the right side of Lathan Boone, now moving over to the left in the pistol formation. 3 wide receivers with 1 in the H-back position. Here's a quick pass to Gentry Williams from the slot. He's got it. Stiff arms a man. Tries to get to the corners. Got a block. There's going to be enough Ponca City Wildcats over there to run him out of bounds. But the pitch and catch is good for another Hornet 1st down. Hornets are on the move to start the 4th quarter. That's just pitch and catch from Lathan and Gentry. Nothing but that. Pitch and catch, Kirk.
Ball at the Wildcats 20-yard
Hornets
line.
now have the ball at the start of the red zone. Lathan Boone, Ethan Washington to his right in the pistol. Here's a swing out to the left. Pass is complete to Jordan Drew, but we've got a flag immediately. Let's see exactly what this is. I don't know if Jordan Drew was on the line of scrimmage, Kurt.
Yeah, it looked like a procedure again. Toss right at the beginning of the snap, right there at the line of scrimmage. So
Looks like the flag for the Hornets is not going to be an illegal formation. It's a legal procedure by the Hornets. So this is going to push them back 5 yards. Hornet 4-star commit Hornet 4-star OU commit Gentry Williams has checked into the game on offense. So you got Tees, Jordan Drew, Gentry Williams all in the game. Ryan Anderson is going to be to the right side with Williams and Tees. Lathan Boone in the pistol formation with Ethan Washington to his right. Boone surveys the field. Play clock at 6. Here's another inside give. Ethan Washington doesn't have anywhere to run. Immediately hit in the backfield and taken down. And we had a little bit of a chuck. The running back was number 6, Deion McKinney Jr. Had a little chuck by an offensive lineman who was just a little frustrated. And that personal foul is going to back the Hornets up. I mean, I understand, Kirk, the play has been blown up. You're losing yards, but you got to keep your head, young man.
yeah, and I think he's trying to step up to his running back. I think there's a little bit extra Kirk after the play, but they always catch the second one.
They always catch the second one. And number 62, Elias Sherman, is basically called. But we still got to give credit to number 51, Ramsey Austin, number 62, Elias Sherman, Amandre Tiger. The guys up front have done a great job tonight. Now we got negative plays with 10 minutes and 54 seconds in the fourth quarter. Here's an inside fake give. Boone is going to keep it, get some positive yards up the field on the quarterback keep after the zone read, and that's another pretty good run for Lathan
Yeah,
Boone,
great
Kurt.
job there.
Number 99, Nate Collins.
Jordan Drew is checking back into the game. Going to be a 3rd down and 34. And trust me, if our coaching staff hasn't had to go into the playbook before, they've had to do it tonight. Boone in the shotgun formation in the pistol formation has a running back there with him. Takes the snap, looks left, throws right. Pass is going to be complete to Williams, trying to make a man miss. Now he's just got to get to the sticks. Williams is still up, pulling somebody. Now it's quick feet. Gentry Williams, touchdown Hornets. Might be the best play Gentry Williams has made all season, Kirk. The pass is complete and good for a touchdown. Hornet fans, if you out of bounds, win. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he throw it up to him. Let him finish it.
Now we've got the play stop. Hornet fans, I don't know what I just saw. I saw Gentry Williams just run through and pull off and pull away from several Ponca City Wildcats. He got the first down on 3rd and 34. He never was tackled. He got into the end zone, but was marked out of bounds at the 10-yard line, which at the 10, I don't know how he was marked out of bounds.
It's called delay a game.
But now we've got delay a
I
game.
don't quite understand there.
Now we've got delay a game called against the Hornets who lined up to run a play.
I think they missed something there.
I'm not often speechless, Kurt. I'm just being quiet because I don't know what to say about that one. But we've got first down, pistol formation, Lathan Boone with Deion McKinney to his right. And now it looks like Coach Jonathan Brown is going to time out. I think he's calling the timeout because he wants to speak to the White Hat to figure out exactly where and when. They say it was the 10, but we want to know where and when Gentry Williams went out of bounds.
I think more than anything, he may be wondering about the delay of game when we snapped it like 10 seconds after the end of the play.
I've seen a lot of football, and I've never seen a delay of game penalty being called on an offense who snapped the ball. Yeah. Delay a game, but they snapped the ball.
Yeah.
I'm not a fiduciary, However, I do believe if you snap the ball, you're not delaying the game.
That's what I thought.
But you learn something every day. And as I get better with my French, vous-avez-vous, I've learned that now an offense can be called for a delay game even when they snap it.
Apparently so. Hey, well, we've seen people get roughing the passer while making a sack. So I guess we've seen it all now. So, hey, real quick, I did want to, we mentioned giving a shout out to the offensive line. So from what we've seen for the majority of the game, left to right, we've got DeJuan Craven, Darian Melendez. Okay, we're saying Jay Notens. That's not right, 53 on my roster. I apologize. Ramsey Austin, number 51, and 62, Elias Sherman. Guys have done a great job all game today.
Here's a snap and an inside handoff to DJ McKinney, and he's basically trying to get up the field as quickly as possible. He had a lane. He's basically brought down inside the 10-yard line. Ethan Washington checking back into the game for the Hornets. Going to be 2nd and goal to go for the Hornets. We're going to come back to those offensive linemen, Kirk. Pistol formation, Washington to the left. Here's another inside give. Washington to the right-hand side, slipping people. He's diving, stretches forward. He gets inside the 1-yard line. Another good run, Kirk, because he's running through people.
Absolutely.
He's running through people, and he's getting positive yards. And he's running through people, and they're not impeding where he's going.
Yeah, no, he's doing a fantastic job, and hopefully they'll give him a chance to pay this one off. And, yeah, so I did misspeak Jay Notes, number 53, our center. I was right. I was getting confused with Jay Notes for a minute. So I do apologize about that. But that's your offensive line. Craven, Melendez, Owens, Austin, and Sherman have been creating holes all night long.
So let's see what this offensive line push looks like right here. Here's an inside give to Ethan Washington. He puts his head down and he powers through, and it's a touchdown, Hornets. Ethan Washington is into the end zone for the Hornets to take it to a 33-10 lead. Q Hornet victory, Hornet fans. The Hornets are in the end zone. Kirk, that's a payoff drive.
Yeah, absolutely does a great job there. And, again, they're off the left side on that one. So, again, you got Cravens and Melendez paving the way, and Owens as well. Great job there. And, again, great to see Washington get in. He deserves, again, with what he's done tonight, it's always good to see him get the payoff.
It's still preceded by an ESPN-worthy highlight catch and run by Gentry Williams. But as Jackson Marsh is about to put the extra point attempt off of his foot, the snap is back. Hold is down, kick is up, and it's good. Hornet victory back to level 10. Great play by Gentry Williams, nullified. They say you can't cry over spilled milk, but the young man who has had a stellar Hornet career for 4 years, Kirk, that might have been one of the most impressive runs I've seen Gentry Williams has, and there have been a bunch of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And, everything he's done on the defensive side of the ball, he's had some fantastic offensive plays as well. And, you're right. That ranks up there with all of them. Again, he's running around people. He's shedding tackles. He's fighting through. He's, in my opinion, tiptoed the sideline and got in the end zone. What was it, 3rd and 34?
3rd and 34.
3rd and 34. Hey, do you know what? Just throw a screen to the guy who's going to OU and just let him make a play. Okay.
Is that how you call it, Kirk? Is that,
Hey, yeah. That's how you draw it up, right? It's not rocket science, right? Put the ball in your playmaker's hands.
Exactly. Get the pigskin in the quick man's hands and let him go to work. So Jackson Marsh is once again walking back. Hornet fans, 9 minutes, 5 seconds left in the ball game. We may get through to some other scores in 6A2 before the game is over. If we don't, we'll make sure to do it because district standings and playoff seedings are important. Marsh puts a leg into it. This one is a little bit straight back, received inside the 5-yard line by Ponca City, trying to make something happen with it, but he's hit. And he's going to be taken down before he gets to the 15-yard line. I like that kick, Kirk.
Yeah,
I like that kick.
Absolutely. Hey, I'm with you there. So good to see. And, like I said, obviously dropping it. But, again, kind of like we talked about before with the punt, right? How many times do you see a dropped kickoff that ends up being a big play, right? I think, it's easy to let your guard down when you see that mistake happen. But, again, credit the Hornets for staying in their lane, staying disciplined, getting down, making the play. And now you're starting, we talk, hey, you want to keep them inside the 30, inside the 25 if you can. We got them inside the 15 now, so let's just let the defense eat.
And, Kirk, we have to talk positively about all the disciplined play that the Hornets have given tonight. When you're rolling safeties down like we've been doing, people have to do their job, and I have to give credit to the Hornet coaching staff tonight. We've seen that all night long against this Ponca City Wildcat offense. Once again, number 2 takes it. That's Bristow. Takes it, tries to run off the left side, and once again, it's hard running. He's gotten positive net yards, picks up about 3 or 4, but it's yards that the Hornets are willing to give him in the effect that, are you going to get 10 of them to extend this drive?
Yeah, exactly. We got a new quarterback in for the Wildcats as well. Number 1, Lane Sholey, has taken over as the play caller for the Wildcats.
Don't know if we've got an injury or something, but yes, number 1, Lane Sholey, is now the quarterback. So a senior has taken over for the sophomore for the Ponca City Wildcats, but Sholey is now having some issue. Now he's going to have an illegal procedure penalty, which is going to nullify the positive run on the first down. So Ponca City is going to be backed up, and it's going to be 2nd and 11 for Ponca City. Don't care who the quarterback is, they're behind the sticks, Kurt.
Well, and okay, Taymor's back in the game now, so good. So not an injury, so that's good to see. So maybe just wanted to try something a little bit different, but they got him back in here. Hey, why don't you come back in on a 2nd and 11? Thanks, bud.
2nd 11, deep in your own territory. Taymor doesn't see the snap, snapped early, and he's going to be taken down by a host of Hornets, backed up even more. Looks like he's going to be taken down at about the 2-yard line. The chain crew on the far side of the field is basically walking north after every play. It's going to be 3rd down, and now it's going to be long for the Ponca City Wildcats. This time, we're on safety watch, Kurt. We're on safety watch.
Yeah. Looks like Moore's going over to the sidelines to get the play, and he's coming back. But you kind of see the ability he's got. He shook a few tackles there before he pretty much completely broken play. But, again, credit the Hornets understanding that he's an athlete, gang tackling and not giving up on the play.
And gang tackling was going to be critically important down the stretch for the Hornets, Kurt. Taymor puts a man in motion. He's going to call his own number, trying to run off the right side. He gets across the line of scrimmage, but once again, several Hornets are right there to clean him up and take him down. Going to be 4th down and a long way for the Wildcats. Wildcats are going to be looking to punt here. And Hornet fans, we're talking about guys like Jordan Drew, Demetrius Prudhomme, Micah Tees, Deion McKinney. These are all the guys that are up close to the line of scrimmage, Kirk, and they're getting there, sticking their head in there and basically eating up everything.
Absolutely, doing a great job. And, our counterpart here with Ponca City broadcast is saying it looks like it's 20 guys out there. The Hornets are flying around, doing a great job.
It's like that boxing match where the guy comes to the corner and he's asking his corner, who's hitting me? And his corner says, the one guy, he's like, it feels like 4. So the Ponca City Wildcats are going to call timeout, and while they're taking that timeout, I just want to basically say to all the Hornet fans, just because it's a home game, it doesn't mean you need to go home when it's over. Raising Cane's on Yale is open late after the game to feed your victory celebration hunger. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love. Let me update some scores in 6A2 Hornet fans. So as I pull it up here, let's see. We've got in 6A2 the Muskogee Roughers, the Hornets' opponent next week. The Muskogee Roughers. I had it here, but hold on a second. Having technical difficulties with our internet. Just bear with me one moment. I'm normally very prepared. But here we are in the 4th quarter. It's the Bixby Spartans 56, Muskogee Roughers 14. 4th quarter, Enid Plainsman 19, Norman Tigers 14. 4th quarter, Sapulpa Chieftains 21, Pryor Tigers 36. 4th quarter, Del City Eagles 28, Deer Creek Antlers 21. 4th quarter, Choctaw Yellow Jackets 34, Sand Springs Sandites 21. 4th quarter, Moore Lions 41, Putnam City Pirates 21. 3rd quarter, Putnam City North Panthers 24, Midwest City 12. And finally, The last score checked was the Stillwater Pioneers 49, Northwest Classic Knights at the half. So that score hasn't been updated. We know it's deep into the fourth quarter. Here at S.C. Williams Stadium, the Ponca City Wildcats are inside their own end zone getting ready to punt. Snap is back and low, but he gets it off. It's a short punt. Somebody yell Peter. Number 25 back for the Hornets. Jaden King was trying to field it and make something happen with it, but it ends up going out of bounds. The Hornets are going to still be able to scrimmage from Ponca City territory. They're going to have it first down from the Ponca City 44-yard line. 6 minutes, 25 seconds left in the ball game. Kirk, what are you looking for the offense to do here?
Clean football, right? Just, I want to continue to see them run the ball, right? They're doing a great job there. Offensive line's done great. Ethan's done great. Deion's been running great. What we want to do is just see a clean finish to this game.
So the Hornets break the huddle. Lathan Boone has got, looks like Deion McKinney, number 6, to his right in the pistol formation, 4 wides. Now a man in motion, Gentry Williams, comes in and comes back out. McKinney gets the handoff. He's trying to go over the left side. Ramsey Austin there blocking. Going to be a little bit of a gain. Going to get about 2.
That tackle made by the Wildcats, number 26.
Ponca City is able to slow that one down. Going to be 2nd down and 9 for the Hornets. Taking their time now. Play clock at 20 seconds. Number 11, Jordan Drew here to the near side. 3 wide receivers with the flex back, Ryan Anderson to the right. Lathan Boone in the pistol formation. Running back to the left. Once again, an inside give to Deion McKinney Jr. He runs around the right end, but cuts it back. He's got daylight. Tries to run through 2 men. He's going to be taken down inside the 20-yard line. Deion McKinney Jr. And look, Kurt, we've talked about it. The man's feet are quick.
So quick, absolutely. I mean, he's just, short, quick steps, and he's finding, like I say, he moves forward while he's still going sideways.
Here's another handoff to Deion McKinney Jr., who cuts in, cuts back. Tries to get forward, gets positive yards. What's the saying, Kirk? Slow feet don't eat. Well, I'm telling you, Deion McKinney Jr. is going to eat, my friend. Deion McKinney Jr. still in the backfield. Hornets are willing to just run the football here to try to salt this one away. Lathan Boone now with the check with me. Play clock with 22 seconds. Game clock winding down to 5 minutes, 5 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Boone takes the snap. Here's a quick throw out to the left to Jordan Drew. All he has is 1 man to beat, and after an ankle tackle, Jordan Drew is taken down, but he's going to be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Actually going to be taken down. They're going to spot it at – it's still going to be – it's not a first down for the Hornets. The ball's going to be spotted at the 10, right at the 10. Here's an inside give, no, a fake. Boone keeps it, tries to get to the left side, and he's going to be taken down with a shoestring tackle. Looks like it's going to be enough for a first down. The Hornets needed about 2 yards. I think he got 3, Kirk.
Yeah, I think so. We're going to have fourth and very short here, so we'll see what they do. I'd presume they're going to go for it.
Oh, my goodness.
He measurement. Nope. Well,
are they going to bring the chain? Yeah.
There we go.
No, they're signaling. First down, Hornets. The Hornets have the ball deep in Ponca City Wildcat territory, heading north. Clock at 4 minutes, 16 seconds. Hornets looking to take it in for another touchdown. Here's a fake inside handoff. Boone keeps it going left. 1 man to beat, and touchdown, Hornets. Lathan Boone, zone read to the left, cuts it back up once he breaks the line of scrimmage. Touchdown, Kirk. The man has been on a mission tonight.
Hey, he's made some great reads. He's made some great runs. That one, offensive line does a good job. Honestly, makes a great read to see that he had a pretty open run, right? He only had to make 1 half-effort arm tackle he had to break, and he was in. So didn't really look like defender wanted any part of it, to be honest. So, great job there. Had a couple new linemen in on that we're looking at. 52, Michael Ezell had checked in. Ramsey Austin actually had moved over to center, and Jay Nowens had swapped and taken the right guard position. So a little bit different look on the offensive line on that drive.
Senior Jackson Marsh in for the PAT. The snap is down, hold is good, and it's good. 4 minutes, 13 seconds left in the ball game. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets to the sound of Hornet victory, take a 41-10 lead over tonight's visitor, the Ponca City Wildcats. And Kirk, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. This team came out in the second half with a spirit that's true Hornet football tonight. I am so impressed with the way this team came out in the second half and basically said, no. What happened in those first 24 minutes is not what's going to happen in the second.
Yeah, and you and I, we've both been in locker rooms. You go into halftime, things aren't going your way, and that game can go that second half can go one of two ways, right? And they came out, regrouped, and got things together, and that's the way you want to see it go, because it can definitely go the other way, right? So great job by the team to come out, put the fight to them, really took control on the ground. Playmakers made some plays. Defense came. Knock on wood, pitch in a shutout so far in the fourth quarter, so we'll see what they can do to finish out these last 4 minutes. Absolutely.
The Ponca City Wildcats put 10 points on the board, and it was 10 points that made you start to wonder whether or not they were going to try to have an upset tonight. But the way the Hornets come out in this second half, they slammed the door on that pretty quick. Jackson Morris kicks it deep once again. This one is going to go through the back of the end zone, and Jackson has gotten his touchback for the night. Kirk, I'm proud of that young man for getting the opportunity to go ahead and boot it deep. Hornet defense is taking the field once again.
Funny, too, to mention is the one thing I noticed on Jackson Marsh, if you pay attention on his extra points and field goals, so obviously in high school you're allowed to use a 2-inch block for your extra points. Or extra points and field goals, he's not using anything. He's going off the ground, which you don't have to do. You don't have to do that till college. So what that tells me, obviously, he's got aspirations to continue kicking next year somewhere. Really doing a great job. I've been there. I've done that. I used a 1-inch block my senior year to slowly make that transition. That is not an easy transition. To get the height he does on his kicks, going off the ground is tough, and credit Isaac Fain, his holder. It's also a little bit tougher because you don't have the target that you have to put it on the block. So you got to get your spot right. So they've got a great chemistry going for sure.
Here's a cross-butt give by the Wildcats, and basically big number 51, Ramsey Austin, the 6'2", 275-pound offensive defensive lineman, and he's done it a lot on a lot of different positions on the offensive line. But that time he gets a hold of number 2, Blake Bristow, and he says, "Son, I'm bigger than you. We're going this way." And he does get credited with a 1-yard gain, but he got tackled like he lost 5.
Yeah, absolutely. So you want to see the defense come out. Let's go ahead and let's preserve the shutout. Keep your mental focus. Don't let down, and let's go ahead and finish this last 3.5 minutes.
3 minutes, 39 seconds, clock ticking down. Here's a little wheel route to number 2, but once he catches it at the line of scrimmage, there are Hornets everywhere to take down number 2, Blake Bristow. And Kirk, let's just talk about it. Let's be honest. You have a shotgun quarterback who throws the ball, puts some air up under it. The running back receiver catches it 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He gets a yard upfield, and there are four Hornets in his face.
Yeah. Hey, and credit him. He made a good job to get some positive yards out of that play. But yeah, Hornets are definitely in his face. Really done a great job in this second half.
So we've now rolled Gentry Williams back deep into coverage because it looks like Ponca City's going to throw. And here's another attempt by the quarterback, number 4, Tay Moore, to throw the fade to the far side of the field. But in coverage there, the pass is knocked down. And not only was the play an incomplete pass, but Kirk, the defense was exemplary. You run the wide receiver to the boundary, and so now if he catches it, he's going to jump up and land out of bounds. The quarterback doesn't have any way to have any rhythm for a catch and run type situation.
Yeah, and credit Ramsey Austin for the pressure on the quarterback. Got him just in time, not roughing the passer. He hit him right in perfect time in there and forces a throw that's obviously not what they want to see there. And yeah, man, great coverage as well to, again, give him no option but to land out of bounds even if he does catch it.
So with that incomplete pass, it's going to bring up 4th down and 4 from their own 26-yard line. And head coach Scott Harmon is going to elect to punt. In doing so, he's taking a delay of game penalty. Didn't make their decision fast enough, Kirk. So it's going to back the Wildcats up. They're going to snap the ball from the 21-yard line. punter's going to be basically catching it at about the 9-yard line. Hornets have a man deep. Snap is back. Here's the punt. Deion McKinney Jr. is going to catch it on the run. He's getting to the far side of the field. He's looking for the wall, but now he's looking for the cutback. He's got a lane. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Touchdown, Hornets. DJ McKinney has his highlight of the night, Kirk.
We got a flag down. I was searching. I couldn't see it. I found it sneaking over there.
Somebody tell me, Hornet fans, the type of glasses that the referees are wearing, because they're seeing stuff that none of us are seeing tonight. We're going to have a hold called against the Hornets. It's going to nullify the 60-yard punt return by DJ McKinney Jr. DJ took off, catching the punt on the run, had a wall on the far side of the field, but you could tell by his eyes he was looking for the cutback as the flow of the Ponca City players were trying to get to the sideline to stop him. He cuts back, ran basically between 3 Hornets into the end zone. But the highlight of DJ McKinney's night has now been called back. The Hornets are going to scrimmage from the 49-yard line of their side of the field, obviously. 2 minutes, 32 seconds left. Your Hornets 41, Ponca City Wildcats 10. Boone in the pistol formation with Ethan Washington to his right. Got some backups in the game. Ryan Anderson in motion to the left. Here's a handoff. And now he's going to run off the left side. That's number 10, Isaac Covington. Been a while since we've seen Isaac in the backfield, Kirk, but we haven't needed to.
Right. Yeah, no, they've been able to let him kind of rest, focus on defense. And, I mean, the way Ethan and Deion been running, those two have been stellar tonight. So
yes, they have.
Yeah, obviously, good to see Isaac get a few carries here as well. But, can't say enough about Ethan and Deion McKinney, DJ McKinney, and what they've been doing tonight. They've been looked excellent.
So that's going to be the night for Mr. Lathan Boone. Number 8, the nasty Isaac Fain is now in the helm, the position for the Hornets. He takes the snap. Here's another inside give, but he's cut back, jump back step. Number 10, once again, Isaac Covington takes it, and there's a highlight run for Covington. Woo! He's sprung. Oh, and he did it with one shoe on, Kirk. He only had on one shoe.
Himself out of his own shoes. So you got the senior Ethan Washington, the junior DJ McKinney, now the sophomore Isaac Covington.
All with a hurdle in the same game.
Yeah.
I told you I talked to Ethan, so he told me he was going to do it.
I think everybody liked the idea. With it.
1 minute, 24 seconds left in the ball game. Hornets driving in Wildcat territory. Here's another inside give to Covington. He stutter steps, stiff arms, throws a man down, cuts back, stiff arms another one, running hard, gonna get positive yardage, and he's getting back to the saying, okay, all right, coach, give me that rock.
Right.
Give me that rock.
And we have another yellow hanky decorating the field.
But there's a flag on the play. If there's extracurricular, is there anything other of the curricular, Kirk? Is there just standard curricular?
There's pre-curricular.
Pre-curricular? It's those thoughts I have at 3 a.m. about football, Kirk. 1 minute, 2 seconds left in the ball game, Hornet fans. This one is almost in the books after a interesting first half that made us all wonder exactly what we were watching. But this unsportsmanlike conduct penalty is going to go against the Wildcats.
They do know how to call it the other way.
So now the Hornets are going to be able to scrimmage from the 19-yard line. But it looks like the Hornets are in victory formation. Letting the play clock run down. We've got 15 seconds on the play clock, 48 seconds on the game clock. They're going to let it run down as deep as possible. Kirk, I got to tell you, the spirit of this team coming out the locker room after halftime is probably, the only thing it wasn't was we weren't behind. We were ahead by 3, but we went into the locker room like we were down by 10, to be perfectly honest with you. And the spirit that this team came out with in the second half to now get the victory as the clock strikes 0 is probably one of, in my opinion, Jonathan Brown's best coaching jobs since he has been the head man here at the Pride of the Great Southwest.
Yeah, no, he did a fantastic job again. Like I said, we've been in locker rooms where things don't go well in the first half, so you can go one of two ways, and they went the right way. And credit to the defense, pitched a second half shutout, only giving up 10 for the whole game, giving their touchdown on a short field. So again, the defense did a great job all night. The running backs, offensive line were fantastic. Lathan, again, solid. Didn't have to do a lot through the air. We really controlled the game pretty much on the ground. So, again, credit to them as well. But, again, penalties, you got to see those cleaned up because we still had some in the second half. Not as bad, but, again, as we get deeper in the season and the playoffs, you just can't afford those things. But, hey, overall, very solid win against a team that had a lot of fight. This Ponca City team had a lot of fight.
And a lot of fight, and – as Kirk, one of those things, their scheme, their philosophy tonight was such that it allowed them to hang around in the ball game. And when we were making mistakes, we were making it a ball game for them, Kirk.
Yeah.
And that's what it took. It took us basically getting into a better frame of mind to not do that and then take control of the ball game.
Yeah, and it's very hard when you're making mistakes like that. It's one thing if you're not playing well. When you're making big mistakes like that, sometimes that's even harder to turn around and correct, right? So, again, credit them that it showed mental toughness, maturity. Again, great job by the coaching staff to get things turned around. And, again, you had a great start to the game, right? You came out on fire. Just you hit about a quarter and a half stretch where, you weren't playing Hornet football, a lot of penalties. But, again, you get into halftime with a 3-point lead, make some corrections, come out, and just completely on the second half.
So as the football team comes to the sideline to salute the fans and to our alma mater, let's just take a few minutes, Kirk. So one thing I wanted to talk about, yes, 4-star Gentry Williams of the Hornets commits to the University of Oklahoma Monday of this week. I think the end of next week we have Jordan Drew that's going to make an announcement. And then coming right after that, I do believe that Jaden King is going to be making an announcement. It's been a while since we've had 3 Hornets that have the opportunity to possibly make commitments for Division I football. We've already had one in Gentry Williams. Obviously, he was the marquee guy on this particular team, but we have that to look forward to, and it's going to be exciting for for these young men.
Absolutely, it's an amazing time, and you got signing day. Now with the early signing day in December, which kind of became the main signing day essentially. It's such a cool thing, it's such a cool experience for a kid to have. There's different ways to do it, how you want to do it, but it's such a special moment for that kid, for his parents, for his family. For the coaches here, the other players here, to see those guys ahead of them, blaze that trail and gives you something to work for and follow that path. So congrats to those young men, all great young men as well. So, you love to see that. And congrats to Gentry for his decision. And, look forward to seeing where the other guys are looking to go.
Absolutely. Well, once again, Hornet fans, and for the last time, your Booker T. Washington Hornets are victorious tonight versus the Ponca City Wildcats with a final score of 41-10. The Hornets now 7-1 on the season. Next up, next week, here at S.E. Williams versus the Muskogee Roughers. I got a lot of Muskogee history, Kirk. I'm going to be looking forward to this one. We'll be here for it. We're asking each and every one of you to be here for it. We thank you. We love you. Hornet alumni strong wherever you are. Tune in, show up, and show out. Let us know if you enjoy it. For Kirk Jones, I'm Byron Perry, signing off for Hornet Football 2021. Good night, Hornets. I got a tea time in the morning, baby.
Hit them straight.